the team respectively in scoring last year, both freshmen, now sophomores, still coming off the bench. And there's a contingency of just crazy wild freshmen running around all over that we got to see in the JV game tonight. This Southeast of Saline team for Shauna Smith this year has a really good mix of a trio of seniors in that starting lineup that have been playing varsity basketball forever, it seems like, when you talk about Mallory Pearson, Carson Slazner, and also in that lineup too, Eleni Yanakopoulos. Then you add in a couple of up-and-comers like Lexi Jacobson and Maddie Harris, Brielle Potachik also in that arena, and worth mentioning their names. And then you have all these freshmen coming in who took a loss to Hesston in the JV game, but I think the future and just the program overall right now pretty strong for Southeast on the girls' side. What do you think?
It does seem like it's pretty strong, and just always the up and up. I mean, when you have teams that just keep gradually getting better and better, and you see Shauna just realizing she likes to put out the players out there who are going to play well and get things rolling, but you always just like to see those up-and-coming freshmen, especially when you get those numbers out there to play, makes it a good time for Southeast Saline future in the years.
Getting ready to go here with tip-off in about 5 minutes. If you're interested in watching this game and joining us online, you can see it at SalinaPost.com, Southeast of Saline at Hesston livestream video, brought to you by our friends at L&L Advisors. We can't help but to refer back to the game last year where Southeast of Saline had their season ended right here in this gymnasium. You look at that contest, Hesston jumped out early on Southeast of Saline, 13-7, led 22-18 at halftime. But then in the third quarter, Southeast of Saline came out of the locker room strong. This was only a one-point game midway through the third quarter, but then Hesston started to pull away 37-28 and ended up winning 49-39 in that contest. Some numbers from that game, turnover-wise, Hesston had the advantage. Southeast of Saline was 17 turnovers. Hesston only had 13. And really the biggest difference was at the free throw line. Jathan, when you look at the numbers there, Southeast of Saline was just murdered at the free throw line.
And that's where, I mean, Southeast Saline was just, first off, getting off their initial start, and then just a fun way to get the game rolling. But when you're not attacking the rim or not attacking to the hoop, that's where that free throw line just makes a big difference. And that's where Southeast Saline needs to change up that method this year and attack that rim more and get to that foul line, get those free shots.
It's a good way to score points. Southeast in that game in Sub-State, only 5 of 6 from the free throw line. It's not that they shot a bad percentage. They just didn't shoot much. 5 of 6 were only the opportunities they had at the free throw line. Meanwhile, Hesston's Lady Swathers went 19 of 30. They outscored Southeast of Saline by 14 points at the free throw line in a 10-point game. Carson Slazner and Maddie Harris led the way for Southeast in that game. Carson had 13, Maddie had 12. And also for the Hesston Lady Swathers, Anna Humphreys had 17. Katie Keeker had 15. All 4 of those players will be in this game here tonight. We really only have one gal from Hesston that is not in this contest, the lone senior from Hesston that graduated last year. So it really is the two teams of, okay, let's reset, come back 9 months later and see what we have here for the first game of the season. And it should be a good one. When we come back, we'll go over the other games going on tonight. There's also been a NCAA school already in action last night. We'll give you the scores from that contest. And countdown to tip-off continues on. It's brought to you by L&L Advisors in Salina and McPherson. Lady Trojan basketball right around the corner here on KINA.
Are you looking for a local brokerage firm to Medicare supplement and insurance specialist? Medicare can be confusing. Let the experts at L&L Advisors help make sense of it. Stop by one of 3 locations in Salina or McPherson and speak to an agent about the needs of your family. L&L Advisors, main office at 717 Roach, right off Crawford, and their second location in the Central Mall in Salina, and a new location in McPherson, based on honesty and trust. Contact L&L Advisors today.
When termites strike your home or business, you want to fight back with the best. Hesston Termite and Pest Control to the rescue. With over 57 years experience, they offer the best of options, including the new BASF High Precision Injection Treatment. Don't let termites get you down. With one phone call to Haspman's, they can put one in the win column for you. Call Hesston Termite and Pest Control today or visit HaspmanTermite.com and follow them on Facebook.
The winter season may be here, but paintball fun is still waiting for you at Elite Sports. Elite Sports Paintball Complex, located 5 miles south of Salina, is open for special winter hours. Get the group together and visit Elite Sports on Saturdays and Sundays this winter from 11 until 4. Elite Sports features low-impact paintballs for the beginners or little ones, so everyone can have more fun. Visit them online at SalinaPaintballComplex.com. Elite Sports Paintball Complex, open and waiting for you this weekend.
The Appliance Center. It's where you go to shop for washers, dryers, kitchen appliances, furniture, pellet grills, TVs, and so much more. If you are looking for a local, family-owned business, visit The Appliance Center. We're in the big red and white building on South Broadway in Salina. Come experience the Appliance Center difference.
For nearly 40 years, Home Automotive Center has taken pride in taking care of the people of our community. And if you're interested in selling your car, we can help you with that too, with the Home Automotive Center buyback program. It's the easiest way to get the best price for your car. So when you're ready to sell, we're ready to buy. Simply bring your car to either dealership in Abilene or Salina, and we'll get you taken care of, because that's what we do best. Get your best price with the Home Automotive Center buyback program in Abilene and Salina. You'll be glad you did.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Basketball on KINA.
Back here at Hesston High School, getting ready here for the starting lineups and the tips. Other games that have gone on already involving NCAA and area schools. Last night, the Republic County girls took one on the forehead to Thayer Central. 48-13. Republic County takes the loss in that one. Republic County boys, though, got the win 42-37 over Thayer Central. Other games tonight, Concordia at Beloit, Lions at Ellsworth, Minneapolis is at Inman, Sacred Heart is at El Saline, Salina Central is at Salina South, and Smoky Valley is at Abilene. Back with starting lineups in the tip of this one, Southeast of Saline basketball around the corner.
Are you looking for a local brokerage firm to help with your Medicare, life insurance, and annuities? L&L Advisors is the #1 local Medicare supplement and insurance specialist. Medicare can be confusing. Let the experts at L&L Advisors help make sense of it. Stop by one of 3 locations in Salina or McPherson and speak to an agent about the needs of your family. L&L Advisors, main office at 717 Roach, right off Crawford, and their second location in the Central Mall in Salina, and a new location in McPherson, based on honesty and trust. Contact L&L Advisors today.
Stardust Trophy in downtown Salina is your full-service headquarters for trophies and awards for club and sporting events. But did you know Stardust Trophies also makes employee name tags with your company logo? They engrave executive awards like desk clocks and pen desk sets. They imprint artwork and photos on T-shirts, coffee mugs, mouse pads, even personal calculators. Stardust Trophy carries clear sports ball holders on wood bases for treasured or autographed balls from footballs to golf balls. Go to Full Service Stardust Trophy, 121 South Santa Fe, downtown Salina.
Generations of confidence, relationships for life. Since established in business in 1887, the Bank of Tuscany has built its reputation on personal service and community promotion. Family owned and locally operated in the communities of Tuscany, Lincoln, Saline, and Lynchburg. The Bank of Tuscany strives to provide customers with a competitive array of loan and deposit products that aid in their financial success. Visit us today and see why so many people have helped the Bank of Tuscany become one of the strongest banks in Kansas. Bank of Tuscany, member FDIC.
We're growing your way. We're the Bank of Tuscany.
This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
Time now for starting lineups tonight. Southeast of Saline visiting the Hesston Lady Swathers, who is the 8th-ranked team in Class 3A in the state of Kansas. For the Hesston Lady Swathers, they will start 5'7" senior Harley Frales. Frales started half of the season last year for the Hesston Lady Swathers, 2.5 points a game, 4.5 rebounds per contest. She is the leading returning rebounder on this roster for head coach Matt Richardson. Karen Yoder, a 5'5" senior, averages 11.5 points per game, also 2 rebounds, 2 steals. She is the leading scorer on this roster, returning from a year ago. Gillian Leas, a 5'8" junior, averages a rebound and a point per contest. Kiera Funk, a 5'8" junior, also in the starting lineup. And Katie Keeker, a 6' senior, 8 points, 3 rebounds a game. Matt Richardson, the head coach, in his 17th year. Last season, the Swathers went 15-7. Actually, they went 15-7 the last 2 years, and they lost to Halstead, ending their season both years. For Southeast of Saline, under the direction of head coach Shauna Smith, they will start Carson Slazner. The 5'7" senior averaged 15 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists last year. She led the team in all 3 categories. Elena Yanakopoulos, a 5'7" senior, averaging 5.5 points per game, also 3.5 rebounds. Elena led the team in steals a year ago. Mallory Pearson's a 5'6" senior, 4.5 points, 4 rebounds a game. Mallory led the team in offensive rebounding a year ago as a junior. Maddie Harris is in the starting lineup. Maddie's a 5'6" sophomore, averaging 9 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists per game. And rounding out the starting 5 for Southeast of Saline will be Avery Castleman, a 5'7" junior, averaging 4.5 points, 2.5 rebounds, and an assist per contest. Shauna Smith comes in with Steve Reedy and Julie Lund on her bench once again this season for the Lady Trojans. Jathan, we've talked about this game pretty much all we can. You're taking on the 8th-ranked team in the state on their home floor. What are your new image audio keys to success tonight for the Lady Trojans?
Well, I mean, just keep things under control and keep the turnovers at a minimum is always just a major key for any type of basketball game. But then also, I think with the game we had last year, I mean, attack the rim more, you try to get to that free throw line, might help out, slow this game down, might keep these Hesston Swathers from getting out of control too early. And that's the way we can keep it at the free throw line, might help out for Southeast.
Containing Katie Keeker is also going to be a huge thing. Remember, she had a very good game in that sub-state performance. She has something on the floor nobody else has, and that is height coming in, a 6-foot senior. It'll be Slajner in the jump circle against Keeker. We are ready for a brand new basketball season. Here we go. Southeast of Saline wearing purple. Southeast of Saline starting on defense. Hesston wearing white. Trimmed in red as the Swathers have the basketball. Left wing they go. Now a bounce pass up top. Back to the left wing. Frales had it for just a little bit. Now she's going to play it out to Yoder for a three. That long rebound goes off the hand of a couple of Southeast of Saline players vying for the basketball. And it will stay with Hesston. They will inbound underneath their own basket. Going to do the honors will be Anna Humphreys.
Just a nice job there with South Saline getting an outside shot, open up, keep that inside lane open, clear.
Keeker comes free on the inbound. Missed her first shot, got a rebound, missed her second shot, and we're going back the other way. Lainey Yanakopoulos with the rebound. Down the floor comes Southeast. Mallory Pearson inside might have got bumped. Slajner with the rebound. Out to Maddie Harris now, left wing. 4 guards out up high for the Lady Trojans. Yanakopoulos open for 3. She airballs it too strong. Maybe too full of adrenaline to start this game, but Avery Castleman bails her out and then travels with the basketball. Avery got the rebound, just unable to keep her feet under her afterwards.
Yeah, great backup there. That was going to be a good pass to Carson, but just as she was about ready to pass it to Carson, Carson cut it in, and that's why the turnover happened.
Swathers with the basketball back. Yoder will bring it up across the timeline. She'll meet Pearson, top of the circle. Now to the left we go. Anna Humphreys with it. Into the keyhole at the free throw line. Frales has it. For the first time with the basketball, Leas with it. They go back to the left. Humphreys. Southeast of Saline early on playing a man-to-man defense. I imagine we're going to see the Lady Trojans switch defenses a lot tonight. There's a lob pass now intended inside for Keeker. That's slapped out of bounds, but it went off a Swather. And Southeast of Saline will have it. First turnover of the game for Hesston.
Great help side defense there by Yanakopoulos, who Pearson's guarding Keeker on the inside.
Now they go to a 1-4 high. Castleman cuts through the lane, pops out top of the circle with the basketball. She gives it up, now gets it back. Here's Castleman on a drive. She'll slam the brakes on now and look for help. Maddie Harris is there. The sophomore will bring it back to the center of the floor and reset. Now play it off to the right-hand side of Southeast of Saline's offense. Now to Slajner. Slajner drives to the lane. Step back 15-footer. Bounces around and it falls home. Southeast of Saline has the first points of the contest, and it's Carson Slajner on a little step back jump shot.
Nice job by Southeast Saline, not forcing the issue, trying to get the ball inside, but working the ball outside and finding the wide open person.
Yanakopoulos down low on the 6-foot Katie Keeker. Boy, she is being very physical and staying right with her. Forearm always buried in the side of Keeker. Hesston working the basketball around on a 3-guard dribble weave. Nearly traveled with it. Now Yoder's going to get it under control. Kick it out left to Humphreys. Back up top we go. About a minute and a half into this contest. Yoder has it back up top. Now a drive to Humphreys on the left-hand side. She's going to slam right into Yanakopoulos down on the block. And our first free throws coming up here for Hesston as they're going to call the foul on Eleni Yanakopoulos, and it will send Anna Humphreys to the free throw line.
Didn't realize it was a made basket, was it?
No.
There shouldn't be a lot of people coming in. That's what Brielle Potachik and Lexi Jacobson check in quickly, give Carson and Eleni Yanakopoulos a break.
Anna Humphreys nearly missed the rim. She did hit the very front of it, though, missing the shot. Second shot on the way is good. Yanakopoulos on the foul, the first of the game. Brielle Potachik has checked into the game, along with Lexi Jacobson. Castleman on the right-hand side. A little stare at the rim there. Now she's going to turn, play it out to Brielle Batacic for 3. On the left-hand side, no good. Hit the front of the rim. Castleman in there trying to get the rebound along with Pearson. And here comes Hesston back the other way. Yoder with it across the timeline. She'll swing it now opposite way to the left-hand side. Ends up in front of Southeast bench. There's a wide-open Swather down low. She can't get the first shot to go. Second one's going to be partially blocked, or they're going to call another foul. Carly Bartell, a 5'9 junior inside there, missed the initial opportunity but stuck with it and earned herself free throws.
Foul is on Lexi Jacobson. Her first personal foul, team foul number 2 for the Lady Trojans. She got caught wide open on the right side as the first free throw for Hesston is good.
No field goals yet for the Lady Swathers. They do have 2 free throws, and we are tied at 2. Chance to break that tie here for Carly Bartell. Second free throw on the way, and it is also nothing but net. Just a Slazner bucket is all we have to show for. Carson on the bench right now for Southeast of Saline as we approach 3 minutes into this game. 5:04 left to go. Pearson has it left-hand side. Jacobson now up top, wants to drive, gets into the lane, bumped. She loses the basketball, and now a foul will be called here on Hesston as both Anna Humphreys and Jacobson hit the deck trying to get that possession, and the foul will be called on Humphreys.
And that'll be Hesston's first personal foul, and that'll bring in Reagan Getz for Southeast of Saline to replace Avery Castleman.
A lot of action from the bench early on here from Shauna Smith. There's a big lob pass way up high, top of the circle. Jacobson has it, and a little give and go out to Pearson, and then right back into Maddie Harris. And a beautiful shot by Maddie Harris. Boy, she was floating away from the basket. Probably would have been better off using her left hand, but somehow she hit the floater with the right.
Yeah, that was incredible. What is changing her side there and getting her with the right hand.
Isn't it amazing how much different those freshmen look from a year ago? Now sophomores. And Hesston's going to turn the basketball over, throwing it into the Southeast of Saline bench. That'll give Carson Slazner a chance to re-enter.
Yeah, second turnover for Hesston. That's a nice job for Southeast Saline defense, causing the issues, playing really tough defense. Both teams are really playing good defense on both sides of the court right now.
Southeast ladies up 4-3 as we approach the halfway mark of this first quarter. Quick moving first quarter. Here's Jacobson again. Little ball fake. Kick out to Getz. Reagan Getz for 3, and she drills it home. Off the bench, Reagan Getz hits the first trifecta of the game, and all of a sudden Southeast is up by 4.
Nice job by Lexi. That give and go, driving into the lane, had her defender come in for Getz's 3. Nice job by Lexi.
Jacobson's going to be a problem this year, isn't she, for opposing teams? You can already see that. Here's a strip now. Slazner picks up a loose ball. She's running the break. Left-hand side to Getz. Might have got away with a travel. Now Brielle Batacic is knocked to the floor. The foul will go on Karen Yoder.
That'll be Yoder's first personal foul, team foul number 2.
We were watching Jacobson in the JV game. She played a little bit there just because of the pure numbers that Southeast has. And you and I, jokingly but also serious, said she might break the single-season rebounding mark this year. She was all over the place.
She was, and just to tell how much more advanced she is compared to what the JV level was at, but she is really playing well in this opening part of this varsity game.
In this game a year ago, the season opener against Hesston, Lexi Jacobson logged 0 minutes. She never hit the floor in that game. Then she came out against Smoky Valley and scored double digits in the second contest. Here's a ball that goes up off the rim. Slazner thought it was going to stay with Southeast of Saline. She throws her hands up in the air, and Hesston will keep it. 7-3, Southeast of Saline. 3:35 left to go here, first quarter. We're at Hesston High School. To the right-hand side, Hesston will play it to Abby Proctor. She's a freshman. Proctor now will give it up. She'll cut through. Now the basketball in the hands of Anna Humphreys. Hesston looks like they're having trouble not really getting into an offense, but just creating opportunities. They're doing a lot of passing, a lot of moving. They still have a lot of scoring opportunities. They bury it in deep this time to Carly Bartell. She'll miss the shot strong from the right block, and here comes Southeast up the floor with it. Reagan Getz will throw it away. Tried to whip it down low. Nobody was home there for Southeast, and the Lady Swathers from Hesston come away with it.
Had a wide open lane. Just drive that in, get that foul shot opportunity.
Here's a lob pass inside now, and maybe a foul here. This is either going to go against Getz or Yannikopoulos. It's going to go against Elena, and this will be number 2 on her.
That's unfortunate for Elena. Early on in this game, 3 minutes left in the first quarter with 2 personal fouls, and she'll have to come and see it on the bench.
Well, look at this. 3 new Southeast of Saline players coming in. Mallory Pearson, Maddie Harris, as well as Avery Castleman. They'll join Carson Slazner and also Brielle Batacic on the floor. You worry about Southeast of Saline because they don't have a post player or a traditional quote-unquote big girl. But yeah, you got to flip that coin and look at the other side. If you do have a lot of those players, how do you match up with Southeast of Saline?
Yeah, if you start getting into a run-and-gun game, good luck with you with these Lady Trojans. They'll keep up with the best of them.
Harley Farala has hit the first free throw. The second one is strong. Pearson in there fighting for the rebound. Probably had Abby Proctor all over her back. No foul called there, though. Southeast of Saline will get the arrow at the table on the dual possession, and they will keep it.
I think Hesston's doing a nice job, though, attacking the rim or getting the fouls called on them, and they're at six free throws right now.
That's all they have. 4 of 6 from the free throw line. They trail Southeast 7-4. Brell Potachik on the left-hand side. Now to Mallory Pearson. Pearson waiting the offense to take advantage. Here's Potachik on the right-hand side. Step back three-pointer. That won't go, just a little short. They were looking for Slasinger on the left-hand side, and she just absolutely got body blocked as she checked through the lane. Here's a wide open. Farala's underneath, and she's going to have the first field goal of the game for the Lady Swathers. Somebody got lost on defense there for Southeast. 7-6. The Lady Trojan lead has been trimmed down to a single digit. Here's Pearson at the elbow. She'll kick it out to Castleman. Avery now in trouble. She loses the ball. Potachik there to pick it up. Out to Slasinger. Deep three off the back of the rim won't go. Potachik in there battling for the rebound, but Hesston comes away with it. 3-on-2 break. Stop and pop at the free throw line is good by Karen Yoder.
That's a hard play to stop right there. When you just stop it there, it's stopping the transition for defense. You're ready for the layup, and then she just pops it at the free throw line. Nice job by Yoder.
Hesston has their first lead of the game, 8-7. And now a two-pointer.
Maddie Harris just did a nice job, pop shot. Anything you can do, I can do better, almost type of feel.
Inside, Keeker has the ball. Looked like she stumbled around with it. Got away with a travel. She's going to score. Katie Keeker has her first points of the night. Back to a 1-point Hesston lead. 84 seconds left to play, first quarter. 10-9. Hesston leading Southeast of Saline. Lady Trojans on defense. On offense. Mallory Pearson has it out to Castleman. Little driving kick. Pearson will take the baseline jumper. Too strong, no good. And nobody going to rebound on the offensive end here for Southeast of Saline. Sydney Kaiser comes away with it for Hesston. Deep post entry to Keeker. She's going to turn, shoot over Pearson, and score. That's the problem with Yannikopoulos on the bench, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what they're attacking. Both back-to-back shots there by Keeker. Without Yannikopoulos, that's getting Lexi Jacobson in quickly for Southeast.
3-point lead here for Hesston. Here's Avery Castleman. She goes all the way to the cup, got stuck underneath the rim. Now she has to dive for the basketball, battling with two Swathers on the floor. What are they going to say here? Foul against Hesston? I think they're going to tag Keeker with a foul here. And there's the Hesston players again trying to get into the game before the official makes the call.
First game of the year.
Yep. And there's Keeker with the foul.
That'll be her first personal foul. Team foul number 3 for Hesston.
You say it's the first game of the year, but you've played basketball before, right?
Yeah. But did you see their starting lineups? They were all confused. But you know, this is the first time they actually able to shake hands or fist bumps in the middle of the court compared to last year.
And we had a jump ball for the first time in 2 years.
Jump ball, yeah.
What was that all about?
I don't know.
Here's Maddie Harris driving on the right-hand side. She tried a baseline pass across the paint to Slasinger, and that's going to go out of bounds. Third turnover for Southeast. These two teams even now on turnovers. 30 seconds left to play to close out the first. 12-9. Hesston with the lead and the basketball. Hesston also scheduled to get it as we start second quarter action. Clock down to 18. Swathers ready to take it down here. Southeast of Saline in a man-to-man. They bounce it to the right-hand side. Now a steal. Pearson, she's got time. All the way down the right-hand side of the lane. Jump stop, shot up, good. Pearson, coast to coast after the steal, has her first points of the night. Fourth turnover for Hesston. They launch a three at the buzzer. Catches the corner of the backboard, but comes away no good. 12-11 is our score. Hesston leading Southeast of Saline by 1 at the end of 1. Back with second quarter action. You're listening and watching the Southeast of Saline Lady Trojan basketball, brought to you by L&L Advisors on KINA.
The Salina tradition returns Sunday, December 5th as Kansas Wesleyan's Department of Music presents Christmas by Candlelight. KWU musicians and vocalists will be joined by groups from several area high schools to help celebrate the season. Concerts will be held at 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. and admission is free. Seating opens 1 hour prior to each show and is first come, first served. For more information, visit kwu.edu/cbcl21. That's kwu.edu/cbcl21.
Don't get caught on empty. Fill up on all your basic needs at Assaria Oil and Hardware. We want to be sure all our Trojans are fueled up for the big game. Whether you're on the field or in the stands, start with a full tank of gas for your car or your belly. Get your favorite pizza and snacks to have enough stamina to get that Trojan win. Assaria Oil and Hardware, located in Assaria at the corner of Center and Main. We'll fill you up.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Big Sam Pretty's producing and engineering tonight's doubleheader of Southeast of Saline basketball. I'm Devin Haney along with Jathan Show. Second quarter action. Hesston starts out with a 1-point lead and the basketball as Karen Yoder has it, playing it off to the left-hand side behind the three-point line. Katie Keeker has it. She has it poked away. Lexi Jacobson, 1-on-2 break. Jacobson goes in between defenders. Can't get the roll to go off the backboard. Now fighting for the rebound is Slazner. Slazner's going to go up with it, trying to bail her cousin out, and she can't get the roll. Southeast comes away empty.
Just unfortunate there for Southeast. Had a good opportunity, 2 opportunities, just couldn't quite foul, and Kicker kind of got easy, no foul there for Southeast, but got a foul in this end for the Trojans.
Now a lob pass down inside. This goes to Carly Bartell once again. She turns, help side defense from Mallory Pearson. Came there just a tad too late, and Pearson's going to pick up the foul. Bartell to the free throw line for the second time tonight. She's 2 for 2.
Mallory's first personal foul, team foul number 4 for Southeast.
First free throw, Bartell up, no good. 7:29 left to go. We're just underway second quarter at halftime. We'll talk to Bryson Flax, get caught up on what's going on with Trojan basketball. Quick turnaround for the guys that played football for sure. We'll talk about all of that situation. Here's a shot now on the second free throw. Went off the front of the rim, then went off a Hesston shoe, went rolling out of bounds. Maddie Harris there to pick it up. She'll bring it the other way now for the Lady Trojans, wearing all purple jerseys. Harris rocks the ball back and forth, left to right. Now she'll pass it to Pearson. Inside to Getz. Reagan, a little drop step. She's going to draw a foul. That was a nice low post move from Reagan Getz.
That sure was, and just a nice strong move, and getting that foul is getting on her. And let's see if we can make these 2 free throws for Reagan Getz. That foul is going on. Sorry, Sydney Kaiser.
Reagan's a player we talked about a lot last year through the last 7 to 10 games. She really came on strong at the end of last year.
And it's just where she can blossom up even more. And she had a good summer, it looked like. I saw her on the Twitter feed, and she was traveling all over the place playing basketball. So it's nice to see where these Lady Trojans just want to excel in a sport they really enjoy playing.
Getz came up empty on the first free throw. She'll get another crack here. It is up on the way, and she splashes this one home. 4 points here early on for Reagan Getz. We are tied at 12. Hesston now with the basketball. They play it to the left-hand side. Sydney Kaiser. Kaiser now to Humphreys. Humphreys looking at Yoder, who will run a clear out on the right-hand side. Now she'll come back, get the ball to Yoder. Yoder gets stuck in the lane. Back out to Kaiser. Kaiser now buries it over to the left-hand side in front of the Southeast bench.
Oh, my God.
And about 3, 4, 5 steps getting into the lane. No call there, and the ball goes out of bounds after it's swatted out by a Southeast player.
That was quite the walk there.
Hesston set to inbounds underneath their own basket for the second time tonight. Lob pass up over the top of Ferrala. She's going to run it down, though, right in front of that Lady Trojan bench once again. Here's Yoder. She wants to test Pearson. Little step back long, too, is an air ball, no good. Boy, look at Bartell all over the back of Slazner. Another Hesston player over the back of Slazner, and they're going to bat it out of bounds. Somehow, though, it still stays with Hesston.
Southeast Slings get a body on those offensive or defensive rebounds. Get that opportunity out of the hands of Hesston for these opportunities where is third or second even chance points.
Hesston with it. Off the inbounds. Yoder fakes the 3. Now she'll pass it back up top. 6:30 left to go here, second quarter. 12-12 is our score. Lob pass inside, knocked out by Jacobson. Here comes Castleman with it. She'll come across the timeline. Now slow it down as she downshifts. Back to Harris. Harris had the ball tipped right when she got to her moving point. Somehow gathered it up and dropped it in the cup.
Just an incredible strong move there by Maddie Harris. Getting the ball and just dribbling down into the almost a low block. Nice, strong, good job for Southeast.
The other near steal there by Castleman this time. 14-12. Southeast of Saline leading by 2. I really enjoy Maddie Harris's game. I think she's going to be special.
She'll be fun to watch in just her second year playing here at Lady Southeast Saline, but just her You can just already see as their sophomore year.
Hesston making Southeast play a lot of defense here in this game. Yoder trying to back down Pearson. Pearson knocks it out. Look at Lexi Jacobson all over the place. You talk about enjoying somebody's game. I love Lexi Jacobson. She is a hustler, boy. There's not going to be a loose ball she's not going to be a part of.
These hands are sure active here with Southeast Saline. Early on, starting this game, you think this is midseason form for both these teams. They're playing really well for the first game of the season, but Southeast Saline is doing a nice job. Hands on the ball or poking the ball just at the right opportune time, knocking it away from Hesston, getting these turnovers.
Got a rise out of Shauna Smith on that bench, too. She loved that play from Lexi Jacobson and stole the possession away from Hesston. Now a three-guard dribble weave from Southeast of Saline. Slazner has it. She's bumped off her path. Out to Harris for three. Nearly got it to go, but it's going to roll off the backside. And a rebound comes down for Hesston. Abby Proctor gathered it in. Now a backcourt call for Hesston, courtesy of Mallory Pearson's defensive pressure. Boy, Southeast here early on, Jathan, they have shoved Hesston into 7 turnovers with 5:17 left to go before halftime.
Just doing a nice job. I mean, she saw Mallory coming, but Mallory Pearson never giving up on the play. Southeast Saline is just active on the ball, keeping up with their quickness is really wearing out on this Hesston Swathers as now you got Carson Slazner on the bench, giving another break.
Southeast of Saline with the ball and a 2-point lead. Castleman with it, lob pass over to the far side to Getz, back to Castleman as she cuts through the paint. Castleman one dribble to nowhere. Now she has to give it up to Getz. Puts Reagan in a bad spot here along the baseline. She is tied up, and the arrow will go to Hesston. Just poor spacing that time by Southeast of Saline.
Yeah, like you said, that one dribble to nowhere, it just gave Southeast Saline trouble. I mean, dribble once, trying to get out of there, not just dribble once. So
unless you're going to take one bounce and dunk it, it's the most unproductive thing in the game of basketball. It's one dribble that does nothing. Here's Hesston now with the ball after the Southeast of Saline turnover. Let's see, dual possession breaker. Here's a three-pointer by the Swathers. No good. Underneath, though, Katie Keeker is unattended to. Nobody for Southeast of Saline had a body on her, and she gets a freebie.
Southeast Saline went to a zone defense there, trying to keep the inside game out, but that long three-point shot rebound, nobody was boxing out Keeker.
Brielle Potacik with it. She goes left-hand side to Castleman. Now to Harris. Harris gets in there. She had her arm grabbed, and she will power through it, still get a shot up, and earn herself 2 free throws coming up. So Maddie Harris will go to the free throw line for the first time tonight. She has a half a dozen already. 2 free throws coming up here. Harley Farala has got the foul for the Lady Swathers. They have spread all 5 of their fouls out amongst 5 different players. First free throw for Harris is a miss. Southeast of Saline did not shoot any free throws in the first quarter. So far they are 1 of 3 here in the second quarter.
Elena Yanakopoulos checks in for Brielle Potacik with her 2 fouls. See what she does here in this second quarter.
Harris' second free throw on the way, also strong, no good. And the rebound comes down to Katie Keeker. We approach the halfway mark of the second quarter. 14-14 is our score. Southeast of Saline now on defense. Here's a three-pointer up top. Hit the backboard, nearly went in. Now a putback by Keeker is no good. Another putback is no good. And finally, Elena Yanakopoulos is trying to clear the way. And she loses the basketball. They're going to say out of bounds. Boy, I don't get all the contact down here with Hesston players just all over the backs. And I know there's no such thing as an over-the-back foul, but there is a through-the-back foul. And there's a lot of contact down here. Shauna Smith was protesting that last call, and she got help from one of the officials that came in and corrected it.
Yeah, very, very good job by the officials talking. I mean, the ball was out of Southeast Saline, but there should have been a foul call. That's why the ball was out of Southeast Saline. So, but anyways, the foul went, or the ball is on Southeast Saline's side now.
Here's a little pitch out to Castleman. She thought about the 3. Now Avery will drive. Avery has got to take a 3-pointer here in this first half. Inside, here's Yanakopoulos. Nice little feed from Pearson. Elena can't get the shot to go down. And here comes Hesston back the other way. Still tied up here, 14 all. Hesston has a chance to break that tie. They go up top of the circle. With the basketball now, Kendall Brugan. She's another freshman. Boy, they just keep bringing them up and rebuilding here in Swatherland, don't they?
They sure do, and just the great tradition that Hesston Swathers have on basketball on both sides.
Yoder with it. She's guarded closely by Reagan Getz. Still a lot of time spent here on offense. Here's a nice little move by Farala's baseline. Thought she had the defense beat. She's going to pull it out, though, for a shot that is up and good off the backboard. Gillian Leas with the 2. Here's Pearson for 3 in transition. Can't get it to go. Grab part of the rim on the left-hand side, and the rebound's going to come down to Karen Yoder. 16-14, our score. Hesston leading by 2 with the basketball. 2:45 left to play before halftime. Yoder with it, guarded by Maddie Harris. She's staring inside at Keeker, sandwiched right now between Getz and Pearson. Now Pearson leaves. She'll go to the other side. Right now attending to Gillian Leas, who just scored. Back to Yoder. Yoder up top, goes between her legs. Now comes back to the right. Keeker inside. Shot up, no good. Rebound it, being fought for. Yanakopoulos falling down, pitches it to Mallory Pearson. Pearson now in the backcourt being hounded defensively. She'll come across the timeline, and a timeout called by Shauna Smith. Southeast of Saline wants to talk about it. It's a 30. We'll step away as well. 2:15 left to play here, first half. Hesston leads by 2.
Frisbee Construction is a service organization for the commercial grain industry dedicated to giving you the best in planning, the best in quality, and the best of workmanship, and overall the best value for your dollar since 1949. Frisbee Construction specializes in new construction as well as remodel and repair of grain handling facilities throughout the Midwest. Frisbee Construction Company in Gypsum has emergency crews available as needed. For more information, go to frisbeeinc.com.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline basketball on KINA.
Basketball season underway. Seems like we just got done with football. It's because we did.
No, yeah, we did. I missed a few games, but
it's all right. Good to have you back.
Yeah.
I enjoyed my one Friday off. Wouldn't have it any other way, though. Congratulations, of course, to Mitch Gebhardt, that whole coaching staff, and the Southeast of Saline Trojans. We'll see some of those guys in action tonight as they take on the number 1 team in the state in the Hesston Swathers. 2:10 left to go here in the girls' game, first half. Nice little low-post entry to Lexi Jacobson. She's fouled on the floor, and this will be the 6th team foul against the Swathers. Lexi caught that ball just a little too low underneath, but she was able to draw the first foul against Gillian Leas. Yanakopoulos set to inbound. This is the first inbound opportunity for Southeast of Saline under their own bucket. Here they go. Pearson now hands it off to Yanakopoulos. Now to Harris. Slazner on the right-hand side. Looked at Jacobson for a little while. Now she's going to bring it all the way out to the Swather logo and reset. Under 2 minutes left to go, second quarter. Harris with it now. Triple threat position. Back up to Jacobson. Now over to Slazner, right-hand side. Slazner drives the baseline. She has to get between two defenders. Knocked to the ground. Nothing there. Back the other way after no whistle. Hesston has it. Keeker out in three-point land. She'll give it up quickly to Kaiser. Kaiser now tries to go back inside to Bartell. Mallory Pearson's there and nearly got another steal. Up top, here's a quick three by Humphreys. She drained it.
Just a quick shot there by Humphreys with a hand in the face by Carson, but got to get out there a little bit quicker than that.
Humphreys' first field goal tonight. That with a free throw. She has 4. It's a 5-point Swather lead. Southeast needs to be careful here with 1:10 left to go. And they throw it away. Yanakopoulos had it stolen away by Humphreys. Humphreys now back to the middle of the floor, and a timeout called by Hesston this time. 1:04 left to play. 19-14 is our score. We'll take it. 30 seconds. Back to round out the first half after this.
Maybe you don't play quarterback or make the highlight reel. Maybe you're not a high school athlete anymore. But just like an athlete, you can get first-class orthopedic care from Saline Ortho. Their doctors and staff strive to get you back to an injury-free, pain-free life as quickly as possible. Saline Ortho has a doctor on call 24/7 for all orthopedic injuries. So next time you're injured, trust the experts at Saline Ortho. Your voice, your choice, past, present, and future. See them online at salineortho.com.
Work hard, play hard. Good luck, Trojans from Roselawn Memorial Park in Salina. To learn more, visit roselawnsalina.com.
Coming up at halftime, we'll have Bryson Flax join us. Talk about Trojan basketball. That's coming up. Also have scores from the first half. That's coming up on the Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories halftime report. In about 64 seconds of scoreboard time. Hesston has it with a 5-point lead. See what the Swathers want to do here. They might go to their delay game. Yoder with the basketball. A little pick and roll action there between her and Bartell. Now she has Maddie Harris all over. There's Humphreys on a drive. Runs right into a Southeast player. And they're not taking the charge. They're going to say that's a block on Brielle Potachik, and that is tough. We saw the elbow come out and everything.
You got the replay.
Yeah.
Golly, that's
rough.
Blatant elbow seen right there.
Yeah. Not only was Brielle there to accept the charge, I think just the forearm motion alone was enough to call the player control foul. Now they're going to say that she was shooting. Now they're going to say she was on the floor. That is Brielle Potacic's first foul. Hesston inbounding underneath her own basket. Up top to Humphreys. Now lob pass inside to Keeker. No backside help there by Southeast. And Katie Keeker has 8. 21-14, now a 7-point lead for Hesston. Brielle Potacic has it, 36 seconds left to play. Southeast needs a bucket here before they close the half. Pearson with it. Now back to Potacic. Down low, beautiful pass to Jacobson, and she rolls it home. Lexi Jacobson off the feed from Brielle Potacic for 2. Back to a 5-point Hesston lead.
Nice job getting it into the lane and dropping it down from that Hillside defense, helping over.
You think those two sophomores have done that quite a bit, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Here's Hesston now working through. 10 seconds left to go. Southeast scrambling around here on defense. They've gone to a little bit of a half-court trapping zone. Hesston puts it in jeopardy. Keeker nearly had it stolen away, but she takes it out for a 3. Kaiser at the buzzer won't go, and Southeast of Saline survives a bit of a first-half barrage there by the Hesston Swathers. We go to halftime, 21-16. Hesston with a 5-point lead over Southeast of Saline. The Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories halftime report begins now. When we come back, Bryson Flax joins us after a 30-second break here on KINA.
Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. Everything to bling out your ride in one place, including top quality lift kits, wheels and tires, bumpers, Jeep accessories, fender flares, bed covers, bed liners, step bars, even custom painting. Knopf Auto is the and soil dealer and has many synthetics and filters in stock. Visit Knopf Auto on Facebook for specials, great ideas, and let them make your truck stick out in a crowd. Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories, supporting the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
Back here on Transition between games and our chance to talk to Bryson Flax, head coach of the Southeast of Saline Trojans. And boy, I tell you what, Bryson, this is already basketball time, and it's really kind of difficult for you, but also exciting at the same time. We talked about this a little bit last year, now even more so this year with an extra week of football over what we had last season. And that's just the transition between one season to the other. Before we talk about that, though, I want to go all the way back to the end of last year and just kind of the start of the summer and summer basketball. I know right now there are kids flying all over the place more than what there ever has been. Basketball is an option now year-round. And just talk about some of your kids and some of your players and keeping track of them. I know social media is a big thing, but basketball it's a 24/7 sport anymore, isn't it?
Yeah, it definitely can be. And we were fortunate enough that as a team, we played just over 20 games together. We got a couple tournaments, played some leagues, so we were able to see, some 4A schools, 5As, 6As, and play some of those teams. And then on an individual basis, we had some guys that was it, and that's okay because they got a lot of stuff, like you said, to balance. But we had a couple guys playing all summer long, and part of the reason we didn't have our full group sometimes is because certain guys were, in Dallas playing tournaments, and I think it's great if you choose to single out a sport. It's better than sitting at home. I just want them to be as active as possible. So it was a really good summer for us, though.
Where do you strike the balance personally? Because it was not that long ago, you couldn't even talk to the kids outside of maybe a 1-week camp during the summer. It was somebody else doing the coaching for you. Now you can be completely hands-on, take them to tournaments, do city league, things like that. Some coaches don't want anybody else messing with their kids. Some coaches don't want anything to do with their kids during the summer. Where's the balance for you? How do you strike that?
Sure, and really, I want them to play. I want them to play as much as they can. I really enjoyed being able to coach them this summer, especially, in a couple tournaments. That's new to us because, my first year I got the job late, and I think the next year we didn't do much, and then the third year, COVID, so we were happy to get everybody in the gym together and be able to, just learn the kids and during the summer and watch them grow.
Let's look at the team and the transition between last year and this year. You lost a solid group of seniors. There weren't any superstars in that class, but there were games where one or two of them would pop up. And we talk about the mentality of that senior class that you lost. They were just dogs. I mean, there's no other way to put it. I think when you look at replacing them, if that's possible, you start with Eli Sawyers and Nakari Merkel-Palmer, your two juniors. How much better have they gotten now? Because you obviously see a big jump from freshman to sophomore and also sophomore to junior.
Yeah, and I think, to be honest, sophomore to junior is probably the biggest jump that they have in most cases. And Eli and Nakari are no different. They both played a ton of basketball this summer, and Eli into the fall. And so, from a physical standpoint, they're both bigger, faster, stronger, and from a skill standpoint, they're both shooting the basketball more efficiently. They're both bouncier than they have been. And that just goes with, maturing and the weight room as well.
Let's look now what we alluded to first of all, and that's having a really good football team at SES, and they play almost into, and if not through, the first couple of practices, and that's been something that you've had to deal with over the last couple of years. This year is no exception. When you get those guys in, obviously there needs to be some time off. When you play through the playoffs especially, football ratchets up a little bit. It's more of a physical sport. How do you handle those guys coming in, not only coming into the gym when they're ready and when football's over, but also practicing without them for maybe a week?
Yeah, this year was a little different because we missed them for a full week, and actually they played on a Friday, and I gave them Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and they started practice on that ensuing Tuesday. And practice pre-football guys was actually pretty good. We could focus in a little more on development rather than jumping right into implementing offenses and defenses, et cetera. And the good thing is also that, the majority of the football guys that are with us, at least at the varsity level, they know most of what we're doing. We may have minor tweaks here and there, but they could kind of jump in and not miss a beat. But I thought it was good. Pre-football was more focused, like I said, development, and then we've been going fast and furious from the time that Tuesday on. So we're ready.
Unfortunately, you did lose a couple of players on your basketball team due to some football injuries. Is depth your biggest concern right now?
Right now, I'd say, yeah, definitely. We have some question marks within, our guys, especially that are coming off the bench. They just haven't played as meaningful of minutes. And to add to that, Jake, for example, Jake Gebhardt, he could play 3 positions, maybe even stretch him to 4 positions. And so, I told him one kid on this, out of this group of reserves isn't Jake Gebhardt. You don't come in and try and fill 4 roles. We'll try and fill maybe 1 or 2 of Jake's roles with one person and then one with another. And that kind of goes with Michael Murray, too. He was, the chance to play 3 positions. And it's just, that's the cards you're dealt. And truthfully, I'd rather know early than get 12, 13, 14 games in and then have something happen. So, we're moving on. Those guys are very welcome to obviously attend practices and be around the program as much as they would want to be. But, yeah, we'll move forward with what we got, and a lot of questions will be answered, within the next week or 2.
You have a unique situation tonight. You come into a place and you play a team where you ended the season last year in Sub-State with a loss to the Hesston Swathers. This is the number 1 team coming in now preseason in the state of Kansas in Class 3A. They're the defending champions. Not very often do you have this opportunity. There's going to be a little bit of deja vu when you walk in, but also you look down your bench. You don't have any seniors this year when you take on the Swathers.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And we don't have seniors, but we do have experience, and so that helps. We have guys that have played in that environment and played, quality opponents like Hesston. I watched both films from last year both times we played them, a disgusting amount, to be honest with you. And so we learned a lot just by those films and things we can improve on. And when we get into those situations, which, early on, we're going to be thrown right into that fire again. So
what are your keys to success tonight? What do you want to see from your Trojans against Hesston?
We have to defend better than we did, and that's early on. I can disregard that film a little bit, but the Sub-State film, we didn't stay true to our principles, and they're getting into the middle of the lane a ton. We weren't very good on baseline out of bounds, and a lot of that is focus and just going out and competing and being in the right spots, and so we've really focused on that early on, and so that's going to be huge. We have to, make things difficult for them and keep them off the glass.
Bryson Flax, head coach of the Southeast of Saline Trojans. His guys tonight in Hesston to take on the Swathers. Coach, best of luck tonight. We'll talk to you after the game.
Yep, thanks, Devin.
Back with more countdown to tip-off after this on KINA.
Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. Everything to bling out your ride in one place, including top-quality lift kits, wheels and tires, bumpers, Jeep accessories, fender flares, bed covers, bed liners, step bars, even custom painting. Knopf Auto is the and soil dealer and has many synthetics and filters in stock. Visit Knopf Auto on Facebook for specials, great ideas, and let them make your truck stick out in a crowd. Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. Supporting the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
This is the Trojan Halftime Report. Coming up, a first half recap. Shot at the horn! Stats, interviews, and a look at other area games. Now, let's get back to the gym for Trojan Halftime on KINA.
Trojan halftime's about over, but we can still talk about it, I guess. Jathan and Devin back here, 21-16. Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories halftime report just about ready to wrap up. Our leading scorer in this game so far, Katie Keeker for the Hesston Lady Swathers. 8 points for her, 4 points for Anna Humphreys, 3 points for Harley Ferrales, 2 points for Karen Yoder, Gillian Lice, and also Carly Bartel. For Southeast of Saline, they're led in scoring. 6 points for Maddie Harris, 4 points for Reagan Getz, 2 points for Mallory Pearson, Lexi Jacobson, and Carson Slazner. Southeast of Saline 1 of 4 from the free throw line, while Hesston went 4 of 8. Southeast of Saline with 4 turnovers, while Hesston had 6. Jathan, your thoughts on that first half? What Southeast have to do in the second half with your new image audio keys to the game?
Just keep the defense pressure on to Hesston and keep attacking that rim. That's where they're getting the points at. Just like there, Maddie Harris getting it. And one count, just a strong move for Maddie Harris.
Maddie puts her head down, gets to the rim. She was able to catch enough of it off the backboard to get the roll, and she has a chance at a 3-point play.
Big foul there. Fouls on Keeker, her second personal foul to start early on. Had a way to attack her and get her out of this game early on would help out for Southeast.
First player in this game for Hesston with 2 fouls. Harris's free throw is up and good. All of a sudden, Miss Maddie has 9. 21-19 now, dating back to the first half. Southeast of Saline on a little 5-0 run. Remember, they were down by 7. Keeker along the baseline. Yannikopoulos there to shut her off. Yannikopoulos was the only player in this game in the first half to collect 2 fouls. Everybody else had 1 or none. Elena, almost a necessity on the floor with the 6-foot Katie Keeker. We saw Keeker score 8 without Elena on the floor to defend her. Hesston working through their offense here. These are 2 very, very good, very defensive-driven teams, aren't they?
They sure are. Just their hustling us from side to side and just keeping in front of their defender is just amazing on both sides of the court.
Here's a kick out. Yoder will try a 3. That's no good. Slazner climbs the ladder to grab the rebound. Carson wants to run. She bounced it off the back of Avery Castleman, who was walking down the floor and not seeing the ball. And now they'll get it back. Castleman and Slazner will talk about it.
Short conversation.
Yeah, it was.
Look for the ball.
Probably short and one-sided. 21-19, our score now. Slazner didn't play a lot in that first half, according to Carson Slazner time. She usually doesn't sit down, but she was in and out of the game, only scored 2 points. Here's Castleman inside. Beautiful bounce pass to Pearson. Pearson floating away with Keeker in the lane as a threat. Just got the front of the rim, and it won't go down.
Nice opportunity there for Mallory. Just couldn't quite get the basket to fall.
6:28 left to go. Game remains at a 2-point spread. Hesston leading. They once led by 7 late in the second quarter. Since then, Southeast of Saline on a little 5-0 run. Off to the left-hand side. Ferrales has it. She'll lob it inside to Keeker. A little turnaround off the front of the rim. No good. Slazner's there to rebound. Carson wants to run again. See if she can get somebody running with her this time. 3 Trojans in front. Castleman on the right-hand side. She has the ball whacked away, but it's going to be a foul called on Harley Ferrales.
That'll be Ferrales' second personal foul as well. 2 quick fouls for Hesston's top 2 leading scorers.
21-19, Southeast of Saline down by 2. They inbound underneath their own basket. Yannikopoulos with it. Now to Pearson, inside Slazner. Little turnaround shot, up off the rim, no good. And the rebound comes down to Anna Humphreys for the Lady Swathers. Hesston across the timeline to the right-hand side. Leas has it, back inside Keeker. Her shot, up and good. Katie Keeker, the first one in this game, into double digits. She has 10. back to a 4-point lead.
Nice pass there, entry pass there. Guarded well by Yanakopoulos. Just that Keeker just too tall for Yanakopoulos. Going to get a nice job here by Mallory Pearson, that baseline, and she does so well. And the foul is actually going to go on Karen Yoder. That'll be her second personal foul.
Pearson went into attack mode that time. Mallory went right after Keeker and Yoder both. I thought it might have been Keeker's third foul, but they're going to give it to Yoder, her second. First free throw by Mallory Pearson is up and good. She has 3. Southeast a little shaky from the free throw line in that second quarter. They were 1 of 4. Slazner and Yanakopoulos come out along with Castleman, Brielle Potacek, Reagan Getz, Lexi Jacobson all check in. Second free throw by Pearson misses off to the right-hand side. 3-point game, 23-20. Hesston with the lead. One possession game with 5:30 left to go here in the third quarter. Keeker now in 3-point land. Jacobson there to contest. They're going to let Lexi muscle around with her a little bit, aren't they?
Sure are.
There's a foul on Maddie Harris. Carly Bartell put the ball on the floor, tried to go around her, and Harris got her with a hip.
Maddie Harris's first personal foul. Team foul number 1 for Lady Trojans this half.
Humphreys with the inbound. Underneath Heston's basket, taking some time. Now she's going to throw it into Bartell. Now it'll come over to Sydney Kaiser, who's back into the game off the bench. Humphreys with it. Back to Bartell. Top of the circle, guarded by Potacek. They get it into Keeker. Jacobson right there. Jacobson's going to bother her enough that it misses. Lexi with the rebound. Here comes Maddie Harris up the floor. Off to Potacek. Inside Jacobson. Little up and under. Lost the ball down low. Keeker with it. Now it squirts loose. Pearson picks it up, drops it in the cup. Mallory Pearson right there kind of watching the action, but she arrived just in time to pick up the garbage and put it back in the can.
Just a nice spot to be at the right time. Ball is getting loose, and Mallory Pearson just did a little dump drive right into the hoop.
Reagan gets defense, bothering Bartell. Bartell gave it up and then cut through. Harris has to step over and help side. And a foul will be called on Maddie Harris.
That'll be her second personal foul quickly for Southeast Saline's Maddie Harris.
Yeah, it looked like Getz that time got caught on a screen, and Bartell came free. Carly Bartell will go to the free throw line where she is 2 of 4. Made them both in the first quarter, missed them both in the second quarter. First free throw in the third is off. She has 2 points. Abby Proctor back into the game here for Hesston. She's a freshman. Her second appearance. Chase Gilpin into the game for Southeast. That's her second appearance. First appearance here in the varsity game. Carly Bartell. Second free throw. After missing the first, this one also misses off the front of the rim. Pearson with the rebound. She'll play it off to Maddie Harris. 4.5 left to go here in the third quarter. Pearson with it. Mouthpiece hanging out as it always is. She'll play it off to Reagan Getz. Now back over to Harris on the left-hand side. Maddie staring in at Chase Gilpin. Nothing there. Potacek has it now between the circles. Southeast and cutting through. Gilpin gets it down low to Harris. Harris now to Getz. Getz picked it up and just kind of had an arm hanging in front of her from a Hesston defender. Shuffled those feet real quick and got caught with a traveling violation. That's the 5th turnover for Southeast.
You love that ball movement, though, that Southeast Saline had on that offensive possession. Going back and forth, side to side. You got the down low pass and just a good cut there by Getz. Just couldn't quite handle the pass, but that's will be a nice play for Southeast Saline later on in the year.
Slazner's at the timetable waiting to check in. Hesston right now with the ball. Skip pass through the whole defense. Goes to Kaiser. A little up and under shot. Won't go. And the rebound by Reagan Getz is going to be cleared out. Outlet here to Maddie Harris. Harris wants to run into the paint. Kick out. Guarded 3. Potacek. That won't go. Here's Getz, though, trailing. Gets the rebound, and now she is fouled. Anna Humphreys guilty of the infraction.
That'll be her second personal foul. And that'll give a chance for you, Carson Schlesner, to check in.
Foul on the floor. Southeast of Saline will inbound underneath their own basket. Avery Castleman will do the honors. It's Castleman, Getz, Gilpin, Potacek, Schlesner on the floor right now. Inbounds here. Castleman goes to Schlesner. Now up top to Potacek. Over to Castleman. Her first shot. It's a 3, and she drops it home. Avery Castleman. She had a really good shooting night here in the Sub-State game back last March. Had 3 3-pointers, and she gets one there. Now a steal. Schlesner to Castleman. Avery slams on the brakes. Potacek trailing. Thought about the 3. Now she'll give it up to Getz. She'll tee it up. It won't go. Gilpin down low, battling for the rebound. It's going to be grabbed up by Castleman. Now back out to Potacek. Slazner one-on-one on the side. Spin move, gets to the lane, challenges Keeker. Shot up and good. Carson Slazner has 4. Southeast of Saline on another 5-0 run.
Just a nice job by Sally Saline on this 1-3-1 half-court press, giving fits to Hesston. Almost another turnover traveling. Preston not called.
Up 4 after trailing. Here's Keeker on the baseline. Stops the run. She is the only one to hit a field goal for Hesston here in this quarter, and that prompts a timeout as Hesston crawls back within 2. 2:48 left to go. It's a full timeout taken by the Swathers as we step away. You're watching and listening to Lady Trojan Basketball on SalinaPost.com and KINA, courtesy of L&L Advisors.
Suburban Appliance Center is your official dealer for Traeger grills. Check out this 6-in-1 versatile unit that grills, bakes, smokes, roasts, braces, and barbecues. Suburban is your exclusive dealer for the Traeger Timberline series, and they have your Traeger spices too. Suburban Appliance Center, they are locally owned and they offer appliance brands like Amana, KitchenAid, Whirlpool, and of course Maytag. Suburban also offers exceptional service. Suburban Appliance Center, 1900 South 9th.
Hi everyone, it's Lynell Garrettson from SalinaHomes.com. It's a new Trojan basketball season and our coaches have devised a solid game plan. Just like basketball, to reach your goals in the real estate game, we need to have a dynamic game plan. I enjoy working with many of our Trojan supporters in all aspects of real estate. Upsizing, downsizing, investments, town or country. One call to me and we will get your personalized game plan ready to win. Go Trojans!
Buy or sell, call Winnell at SalinaHomes.com.
Roselawn Memorial Park would like to send best wishes to the Southeast of Saline football team. Go get 'em Trojans. For the services they offer, visit RoselawnSalina.com.
27-25, Southeast of Saline leads it. 2:40 left to play here in the third quarter. The Lady Trojans also have the basketball against the 8th-ranked team in the state of Kansas, Class 3A, and a foul. Oh, they're going to call a moving screen on Chase Gilpin. This will be a turnover for Southeast of Saline, their 6th turnover, and Chase Gilpin will get the foul.
Kind of just unfortunate there for Chase Gilpin getting that foul. Almost wish that whoever had the ball had that opportunity just waited a little bit more for Gilpin's screen to take effect.
A lot of times when you see the screener like that get caught, it's the person that had the ball that didn't wait long enough. You're exactly right. Here's a shot inside by Keeker, slapped out, bothered by Yannikopoulos. Now the ball squirts free as Southeast wants to run again. Transition 3, Castleman. That comes up short, no good. And Ferralis has the rebound for the Lady Swathers. Southeast of Saline continues to lead by 2. 2 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Boy, they are looking at Katie Keeker inside, and Chase Gilpin comes up and just has monster contact with her.
Yeah, somebody out there just to put a body on her, on Keeker, give her something else to feel. Is Chase Gilpin doing a nice job on the inside.
Gilpin's out there for one reason right now, isn't she?
Oh, she is. Just D up Keeker there.
Here is the freshman Abby Proctor on the right-hand side. They'll swing it back around now to the left. Karen Yoder with the basketball. Now back to Humphrey. She'll try a 3, and she got it. Anna Humphreys, her second three-pointer of the night. She has 7 for Hesston, and she puts the Swathers back up by 1. Here's a spin move inside. Slazner got inside the defense, got to the lower block, and a foul called here on the Swathers. This will be their 5th team foul.
Carson finally getting able to drive into the basket. Opportunity. That foul is going to be on Humphreys. That'll be her 3rd personal foul for the Swathers, team foul number 5.
Slazner's free throw is up and good. It's a big foul on Anna Humphreys. Slazner has 5 points.
Southeast Saline subs are really just coming in plethoras here. They're just and often as well, just trying to keep these fresh legs, keep this game rolling. And they're doing a tremendous job. Nobody's really falling off the face on the subs. I mean, they're all playing at the same level.
Slazner missed the second free throw. Remains tied now at 28. Hesston with the basketball. Ferralis has it at the free throw line. Everybody outside for Hesston, all the guards looking inside at Katie Keeker when they touch the basketball. Right now it's Yannikopoulos D'ing up on the 6-foot Katie Keeker. She's a senior this year. Last year averaged 8 points, 3 rebounds a game. But against teams like Southeast that have little to no height, she is dangerous. Humphreys with it up top. Now to Proctor. Lob pass inside, taken away by Maddie Harris. Turnover for the Swathers. Maddie pinned up against that right-hand sideline. She got a wave, though, gets free and goes to the rim. Maddie Harris streaking down the floor, has 5 points now in the third quarter and 11 for the night. Hesston almost threw it away there. Swathers trying to close out the third quarter. They trail by 2 to southeast of Saline. 22 seconds left to play. Humphreys with the basketball. She'll back it out now to the timeline. Trying a little high post entry here to Frawless. Frawless tries to pick and roll with Keeker. Now they get it over to the far side to Proctor. Pass nearly stolen away by Yana Koplis. It'll go out of bounds and leave Hesston 9 seconds remaining.
Yana Koplis had that steal. Just ball got knocked out of bounds. It seemed like by Maddie Harris on that side. Unfortunate there with 9 seconds left, but just a tremendous job by this defense here with that half-court press, falling back into a man-to-man. Just incredible here for Southeast of Saline Lady Trojans.
9.1 on the clock. Hesston set to inbounds here underneath their own basket. Kaiser looking, running out of time. 5-second violation. It's a turnover. Boy, Kaiser took a lot of time to get that ball. She never let go of it. Still holding it when the official blew his whistle. Now, Schlesinger will come back in. Brielle Potacik along with her. They also have Harris, Castleman, Lexi Jacobson on the floor. Ball comes into Schlesinger, 8 seconds. Carson, long pass to Harris. Harris now along the baseline. Jacobson down to 3, down to 2. Schlesinger at the buzzer. Off the backboard, it won't go, and we are going to the fourth quarter. Southeast of Saline with 2 5-0 runs around the third quarter. Lead it as we go to the fourth. Southeast 30, Hesston 28. You're listening and watching the Southeast of Saline Lady Trojan Basketball with live stream video on Salina Post, courtesy of L&L Advisors.
Experience a new kind of clean with Sage Select. With the help of AI, Sage is creating an exciting new line that will revolutionize how you clean in a fun, fresh way. Combining our team's knowledge and your input, Sage is able to create art and animation expressing the joy of clean, as with Mom's Streak-Free Glass Clean or the amazing Green Bowl Clean. Have some fun and experience a new clean at SageSelects.com or call us at 785-309-1919.
Exit 14 Restaurant in Gypsum, Kansas is cooking up something amazing today. Whether you want to order from our menu or try one of our delicious daily specials, try one of their scrumptious desserts. Exit 14 is open for lunch Tuesday through Saturday 11 to 2 and 5 to 9 Thursday through Saturday. Head out to try Prime Rib Night last Saturday of the month and open for Chicken Dinner Day on the first Sunday of the month. Exit 14, 512 Maple in Gypsum, Kansas. Great people, great food, good time.
This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
Devin Haney, Jathan Show back here at Hesston High School. Jathan, that was an exciting third quarter. A couple of 5-0 runs for Southeast of Saline, and they lead it by 2 as they play defense to start the fourth.
Yeah, that was a great third quarter coming out of the halftime. That's one thing Southeast Saline struggled with, I believe, last year. Just they couldn't get out in that third quarter, getting out in the heavy. They got out in the heavy that time, 14-7. Double it up, Hesston.
Swathers with the ball. Down low. Frawless sprung free. She missed her shot. The ball, though, goes right back into the lap of Anna Humphreys. And Humphreys cashes it in. 9 points for Anna Humphreys. Pearson with it now on the left wing. We're tied at 30. Schlesinger with it. And knocked away. She gets it back and then throws the ball up over the backboard. And she covers her face in embarrassment there. A lot of contact, though, for Carson Schlesinger.
Brielle Potacik checks in for Carson Schlesinger early on in this fourth quarter. Give her a quick break right after a break at the quarter. That's the way she'll finish up that end of the game here with Southeast.
7:14 left to go. 2-point lead here. Excuse me, it's tied up. It's a 2-0 edge right now for Hesston. Now they're going to get called for a moving screen. This will go against Harley Frawless.
That'll be her third personal foul. Away from the ball, nothing really happened in there. Like you said, though, that moving screen. Team foul number 6, so next one, Southeast Saline will be in the bonus.
Southeast looking for the first points of the fourth quarter. They're not going to get it here. They throw it away. Brielle Potacik has it picked away by Frawless across the paint to Humphreys, and now a foul will be called on Potacik. That will send Anna Humphreys to the free throw line. 2 free throws coming up for Humphreys. She has 9 in this game. She's 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Those came all the way back in the first quarter.
Went from bad to worse there. Brielle having lazy pass that got stolen and then just getting the foul. Unfortunate here for Southeast Saline when they had the momentum going into the fourth quarter.
Humphreys missed the first free throw. Second one on the way also rims out. She tried to sprint in and get it, but Mallory Pearson already had the rebound secured. Off to Avery Castleman. Back up top now, Pearson. Pearson watches a couple of cutters. Now she wants to take a couple dribbles on a drive. Now off to Brielle Potacek. Here's Castleman. Three-pointer. Too strong, no good. Maddie Harris does a split on the far side. Pearson in there trying to get the rebound, and she's going to tie up two Swathers and earn the arrow for Southeast of Saline. So Southeast will keep it here underneath their own bucket, and that will bring Reagan Getz and Carson Slazner back into the game. Tied up at 30. 6:39 left to play. Slazner turns, sets a screen for Pearson. She gets the ball now on the inbounds. Pearson wants to drive baseline, gets underneath the rim, back out here to Carson Slazner. She'll drive, back out to Jacobson. Lexi pulls up from 7. That won't go. And two Swathers on the backside get the rebound. Humphreys with it. Over to Yoder, who crosses the timeline. Yoder met by Pearson now. Frawless has it, top of the key. Now as Swather falls down. No whistle there, though, as Katie Keeker fell down with the basketball, then played it to the right-hand wing. Sydney Kaiser has it. Here's Humphreys for 3. Missed it. Slazner gets the rebound as it goes off towards the baseline on the left-hand side of the Hesston offense. Slazner, a little no-look pass inside to Pearson. Back out to Harris. Now to Reagan Getz. Gets out to Slazner. She goes to Maddie Harris, who wants to reset things. 5:45 left to go. Pearson looks inside at Jacobson real quick. Now Jacobson comes out to the free throw line. Gets the ball, floats in, and scores. Lexi Jacobson and Mallory Pearson playing a little two-lady game there on offense, and Southeast of Saline back up by 2.
I think Coach Shauna Smith saw the mismatch there with Lexi Jacobson's defender. Decided to go after her, and nice job there by Lexi going up strong. So we're going to get a foul here on Carson Slazner, her first personal foul.
Slazner with 1. 5th team foul on Southeast. Sydney Kaiser to the free throw line. She has not scored, has not shot a free throw in this game. Her first one is up and no good. Kansas Jayhawks are also playing tonight, along with almost every Kansas high school. Last check, Jayhawks were up by double digits against St. John's in New York. Kaiser's second free throw on the way. Mix. Nothing but net there for Kaiser. So a 1-for-2 trip at the free throw line makes this a 1-point game. Southeast of Saline leading 32-31. Lady Trojans have the basketball back. 5:23 left to go. Maddie Harris with it. She'll go left-hand side now. Reagan Getz. Getz wants to drive. Has an opening. Left-handed layup is good. And she'll get fouled as well. Reagan Getz all the way to the cup with a half a dozen points, and she has a chance to tack on another.
Nice move there by Getz. Just driving the basket, clearing out that lane, going on the left side as well. And that foul is going on Gillian Leas for a second personal foul.
Reagan's free throw is up. Too strong, no good, but Maddie Harris with the rebound. She'll kick it out to Mallory Pearson. Over to Slazner. Slazner now back to Pearson in three-point land. Mallory watching this offense. Now she'll drive to the elbow. Kick it out. Slazner, 4-3. Can't get it to go. Too strong. And a rebound inside, one-handed by Carly Bartell. Boy, that could have been dangerous there for the Swathers, but they dodge a bullet. They come away only trailing by 3. 4:50 left to go. Proctor with it. She'll play it now to the left. They go back to Yoder. She puts a monster dribble on the ground, then goes up and gets fouled. Yannikopoulos gets this one.
That'll be her third personal foul. Did a nice job with 2 fouls in the first quarter all the way to the fourth quarter. Picked up her third one, and that'll send Yoder to the line for Hesston.
First free throw attempts of the night by Karen Yoder. She gets the first one to go. She has 3. 4:42 left to play. She can get Hesston back within a single point here. It's Castleman gets Yannikopoulos, Harris, Pearson on the floor right now. And the second free throw by Yoder is also good. 34-33, Southeast of Saline with a 1-point lead and the basketball. Yoder will check out and take a break here. Maddie Harris walking the ball up the floor. See what kind of set Southeast can get in here. Gets with it, top of the circle again. Yannikopoulos with it, left-hand side. Now to Castleman. Avery leaning on her defender, takes a couple of dribbles. Now plays it out to Harris. Back to Castleman. That ball nearly poked away there by Hesston. Now they play it back left-hand side to Maddie Harris. Gets with it. Southeast being pretty patient here on the offensive end. Yannikopoulos gets inside. Got tied up as she went up to shoot. Now has a Swather laying on her as they go down to the floor, and the arrow in favor of Hesston this time.
Southeast just trying not to force the issue, and then Melinda China drives in the middle to no man's land with 3 people on her. Kind of just wish Southeast would have kept moving the ball back and forth until they found an open person.
Second turnover of the fourth quarter for Southeast of Saline. They still lead by 1, 34-33. Here's Proctor with it on the left-hand side. Now she'll dribble back to the middle of the floor, play it to Anna Humphreys. Humphreys wants to drive. She goes all the way to the baseline, puts a shot up that's weak, no good. She gets her own rebound. That putback is no good, and now Hesston's going to bat this one out of bounds. Both officials looking at each other and agreeing that it's Southeast of Saline ball.
Schlesinger checking back in, along with Lexi Jacobson as she gets back to checking back at the table.
Coach Reedy had that look on his face like, man, how many times I got to tell you? 34-33. Jacobson and Schlesinger back into the game along with Pearson, Harris, and Yannikopoulos. 3.5 minutes left to go in this one. Southeast right now massaging a 1-point lead. Jacobson will try a 3. Why not? She nailed it. Lexi Jacobson has 5 in the quarter. And that doesn't happen very often. Lexi shot about 9 3-pointers last year as a freshman. She only made 1 of them. She was 1 for 8. 37-33. It's a 4-point Southeast lead. 3:05 left to play. See if Hesston tightens up here at all. This is a team that went all the way through to the Sub-State Championship after beating Southeast of Saline in the semifinals last year and then lost to Halstead, and they throw it away. 10 turnovers on the night for the Swathers. That's their first one, though, of the fourth quarter. Maddie Harris will check out and get a break here. Mallory Pearson back in.
Lexi did a nice job there on Keeker. That quick speed of Lexi just giving Keeker fits on the inside. That's what really caused that turnover. Slowed Keeker down.
Key possession here for Southeast of Saline. See if they can extend this 4-point lead. Pearson with it, now to Schlesinger. Carson to the right-hand side to Castleman. Now in the keyhole, Jacobson. She'll play it out to Pearson. Mallory had an opening but got the ball knocked away. And now a little bit of shaky ball handling there as the defense ratchets up from Hesston, but Southeast is going to reset. Pearson keeps it. She moves it out to the timeline. 2:23 left to play here, fourth quarter. It's a 2-possession lead for Southeast of Saline. Magical thing about this situation is you have the ball, Jathan, you cannot score.
Yeah, just keep working that ball. Keep finding it until you find the open spot.
Pearson wants to back it out again. Boy, she is just such a conductor, isn't she? Just running the show. Now in a little bit of trouble here. She's going to find Mallory Pearson as we go under 2 minutes left to play. Southeast of Saline has shortened this game on this possession. Pearson dribbling around the world now. Yoder on top of her. Plays it out to Yannikopoulos dangerously. Gambling for steals was Anna Humphreys. Now to Schlesinger. Schlesinger all the way to the cup. A long layup won't go down, and the rebound comes down to Hesston. Here comes Humphreys with it up the left-hand side. Got stuck with it. Might have shuffled her feet. No call there. It'll go to Yoder on the right-hand wing. That's no good. And the weak side rebound torn out of there by Lexi Jacobson. Jacobson finds Castleman. Avery comes up across the timeline, gets in safe space, and now she's going to slam on the brakes. Shauna Smith will call a timeout. 83 seconds left to play. Southeast of Saline with the ball when we come back. It's a full timeout as the Lady Trojans lead 37-33 here on KINA.
At home or on the road, K4 Garage will keep you moving. With over 12 years of mechanic experience, owner Nick Trout will diagnose and repair your engine to keep you in the game. Full service gas, diesel, or tires. K4 Garage also has a fully stocked convenience store with snacks and drinks. Open Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 6, Saturday from 9 until 3. Trust K4 Garage with keeping you on the road. And if it has oil, they can change it at K4 Garage in Gypsum.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Back here at Hesston High School, Southeast of Saline leading the Swathers 37-33. Southeast has the basketball with 83 seconds left to play. Maddie Harris gets it in to Mallory Pearson. Still some timeouts left for Southeast of Saline. If they get away here and have to call one, and a foul called here on Hesston. This will be a 1-and-1 situation for the Trojans.
And that foul is going to be on Anna Humphreys, her 4th personal foul. And that'll send Mallory Pearson to the line shooting 1-and-1. Carson Schlesinger and Keeker check back in for this game.
Gambling for the steal there were the Swathers. They commit the foul. They send Pearson to the free throw line. Mallory with 5. She's 1 of 2 from the free throw line. This is a 1-and-1 opportunity. Mallory's first free throw on the way. Good. Half a dozen now for the senior, Mallory Pearson. Seems weird to say now. The senior.
Senior, Mallory Pearson.
(38-33). Pearson's second. Off the heel, she gets her own rebound. Nobody blocked her out. Mallory now in a little bit of trouble. Falls down with the basketball, and they're going to call a travel on that.
Just unfortunate there. Sally Saline had timeouts. Had the opportunity for another timeout. Quick one with a minute left would have still had the ball. We're off to some more this time with a 5-point lead.
38-33. Southeast now ready to play defense. 70 seconds left to go. Trying to knock off the number 8 team in the state, Class 3A. Boy, a really gaff up top by Hesston. Should have got called with a traveling violation. They do not. Now they get a shot from Katie Keeker. That's no good. Now Hesston loses the basketball out of bounds. Southeast will get it back leading by 5. Under a minute left to go. 57.5.
You think this game just started for Sally Saline. Just the way these girls are amped up right now, playing really quick and really well right now on defensive side.
Full court pressure now by Hesston. Sometimes in the early season, this is a problem. Schlesinger has it, dribbled through a trap, now flicks it out to Maddie Harris. Harris up the floor, Jacobson. Lexi goes to the cup, has her shot partially blocked. Now it comes out, Karen Yoder has it. Still, though, Southeast playing defense in the backcourt with Harris. Clock down to 44. Hesston loses the ball. Harris dives down after the ball and ties it up. The arrow belongs to Southeast of Saline. The hustle play of the night goes to Maddie Harris. Wow.
That was an incredible play there by Maddie Harris. She's 5 feet away from the ball. She's on the floor, dove after the ball as she was on the floor, sliding. Got the tie up. Just an incredible play. Never giving up. All the way back from the rebound. Gave Yoder fits.
Here's Castleman now on the inbound. She goes to Carson Schlesinger. Schlesinger dances with Humphreys across the timeline. Now they play it to Pearson. Mallory has the basketball. She switches spots here with Carson Schlesinger. Now Schlesinger gets it back. 29 seconds left to play. And a foul called, I believe, on Keeker or Yoder. They're going to say Keeker, I believe. That's 3 on her.
That'll be 9th team foul, so still another 1-and-1 opportunity here for Carson Schlesinger at the line for Southeast. Going to have a Swather timeout, full timeout.
This will be the last 1-and-1 for Southeast of Saline, the 9th team foul on Hesston, and it'll come after this full timeout from the Hesston bench. 27.5 left. Southeast leading by 5 when we come back.
Salina Regional's Orthopedic and Sports Medicine is your home field advantage. Our physicians include sports medicine physician Dr. Matthew Pyle, along with orthopedic surgeons Drs. Travis Rump, Todd Riley, and Timothy Hawks, plus an A-team of certified athletic trainers and physical therapists. We're ready when you need us to help prevent injuries, enhance performance, or to heal through surgery and rehabilitation. For area athletes to weekend warriors, the home field advantage starts at Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
Salina Septic Services provides septic services including septic tank installation, inspection, and repair. In addition to professional septic tank services, we also provide portable restroom rentals. We have many options available, including his and hers portable restrooms and hand washing sinks. Setup, service, and removal are all part of our rentals. Whether you project a long-term construction job or a family gathering, we guarantee a clean porta potty. Find us today at salinasepticservice.com, proudly supporting the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline basketball on KINA.
Carson Slazner at the free throw line for Southeast of Saline. She has a 1-and-1 opportunity in front of her and a chance to extend this Southeast of Saline 5-point lead. 27.5 seconds left. The senior studies the first free throw. Her toss on the way is good. Slazner has 6. That'll extend it now. Still a 2-possession game. This free throw can make it a 3-possession game. Shauna Smith has pulled everybody wearing a purple jersey out towards half court. She's going to let Slazner do the work on her own, and she does. 7 points for Slazner. It's a 3-possession game, 40-37. Here comes Hesston down the floor. They need quick 3-pointers. They turn the ball over. Yanakopoulos has it. Now she'll go the other way for a double bonus.
That was a great steal there for Lady Yanakopoulos, facing up Keeker, but just a horrible pass there on Brueggen. As she tried to enter into Keeker, who they knew they were going to go after. Yanakopoulos did a nice job.
Lady Yanakopoulos at the free throw line gets the high bounce, and it goes in. So Southeast of Saline putting this one away now at the free throw line here in the fourth quarter. That was Eleni Yanakopoulos' first points of the night. She will get points, no doubt about that. We've seen her fill it up through her year. Now a senior, she misses the second one here, and an 8-point lead for Southeast of Saline. Hesston turns it over again. Southeast has a chance to put this one away. 16 seconds left. Lexi Jacobson will come in. She will replace Eleni Yanakopoulos. Mallory Pearson now will go to the inbound spot. Pearson looking.
Timeout for Southeast.
Okay. So Southeast calls a timeout. We'll keep it right here. Good game so far. I mean, when you look through this fourth quarter, Southeast really did what they had to do. They cut down on turnovers. They had 2 early on in the fourth quarter, but they haven't had any since then. And they've also not been careless with the basketball. We saw a couple times there, especially late second quarter, where it seemed like maybe, okay, first game of the night, getting a little tired. Judgment probably not what it should be. We saw some uncharacteristic turnovers. For the most part, though, Southeast has done a really good job in this game. They only have 9 turnovers.
Yeah, this second half has been tremendous for the Lady Trojans, and nice just to see them move the ball early on in this game, and then later on, and just see how it never falls off for the substitutions. That's what happens to these legs. They get tired, but Southeast do a nice job keeping everybody fresh legs right now.
Remember, against this same team last year in this gym in Sub-State, Southeast had 17 turnovers. Mallory Pearson with it. Little ball fake. Clock down to go down to the knee pads, utilize those, and she's going to keep the ball in Southeast of Saline territory here as Hesston knocks that out of bounds with 2.4 seconds left. Southeast is going to knock off the number 8 team in the state in their first game of the season. And I know preseason rankings don't mean a whole lot, but when you come in with the reputation that Hesston has and the recent history between these two teams, this is a big win as we hear the final buzzer. First game of the season is in the book. Southeast of Saline makes a statement on the road. They knock off the Hesston Lady Swathers 41-33. When we come back, we'll have numbers for you of this contest. We'll also have a Vernon Jewelers Gym of the Game. Postgame starts now. It's brought to you by Commercial Tire Centers. Whether you're away on your next Trojan game or going to see family during the holidays, you want to make sure your tires are up to par. Stop by 2 locations in Salina of Commercial Tire Centers. 41-33. Lady Trojans win it here on KINA.
Frisbee Construction is a service organization for the commercial grain industry dedicated to giving you the best in planning, the best in quality, and the best of workmanship and overall the best value for your dollar since 1949. Frisbee Construction specializes in new construction as well as remodel and repair of grain handling facilities throughout the Midwest. Frisbee Construction Company in Gypsum has emergency crews available as needed. For more information, go to frisbeeinc.com.
'Twas prior to Christmas, and all through the land, husbands were nervy, for no gift had been planned. The lady so precious will certainly sneer. Thank goodness, Vernon Jewelers is here. Save 20% off store-wide with a great selection of diamond studs. Round and princess cut available in-store. No order necessary. Leaving the store, he gloats with a smile because of Vernon's. I'll bet she'll keep me a while. Vernon Jewelers, 123 North Santa Fe, downtown Salina, where it's the little things that matter since 1884.
Time now for the Trojan Postgame Show on KINA. Stick around for the game recap, final stats, and reaction from the coach. This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
An early season heater there between these two teams, Southeast of Saline and the Hesston Lady Swathers. Southeast of Saline wins at 41-33. Let's go over final scoring stats for you. Leading all scorers in this game for Hesston, Katie Keeker had 12, 9 points for Ada Humphreys, 4 points for Karen Yoder, 3 points for Harley Frales, 2 points for Gillian Leas, 2 points for Carly Bartel, and 1 point for Sydney Kaiser. For the Southeast of Saline ladies, they had a really good scoring spread tonight in assembling their 41 points. 11 points tonight for Maddie Harris. She led the way. 7 points for Carson Slazner. 7 points for Lexi Jacobson. 6 points for Mallory Pearson. 6 points for Reagan Getz. 3 points for Avery Castleman. And a free throw for Eleni Yanakopoulos. Southeast of Saline on the night, 8 of 16 from the free throw line at 50%. Hesston 1 point behind them at 7 for 16. 12 turnovers for Hesston. Just 9 turnovers for Southeast of Saline. And I want to start right there, Jathan. We talked about the sub-state game last year. Pretty much these two teams, same personnel going at it. 17 turnovers in the last game of the season for Southeast of Saline. You turn the page now with these two teams going at it again. Same building, 9 turnovers for Southeast. I think that speaks to their maturity and also the calmness in which they handled this game here tonight.
Yeah, usually Southeast Saline, they would, under that pressure in that fourth quarter, they would just crumble by turning the ball over and making silly passes. But Southeast Saline did a nice job of containing the ball, having the leaders Mallory Pearson and Carson Schlesner just really keeping Helms at control of the reins. But when you can keep your turnovers down to 9 and in single digits, just an incredible, and that's what happens when you can come into a Hesston Swather environment, the number 8th rate preseason team in the state here for 3A, and get a victory 41-33.
Big victory here for Southeast of Saline. Our Vernon Jewelers gem of the game tonight. Where do you start here? I mean, it seems like in this game, every person that hit the floor, and it was a lot. As you mentioned, all the reserves that were playing tonight, they were all engaged because they all knew their time was coming in a couple of minutes. The bench was fluid tonight. Steve Reedy was very busy on the bench, making substitutions and keeping personnel fresh. And you can look at every one of these girls that hit the floor tonight. They all did something to contribute to this win.
They did, and that's where, when you talk about a team, that's where a team comes in a factor. I mean, you look at the score, and you have 8 different players on the score, and that's who played. The only one that didn't really score was Chase Gilpin, but she did a tremendous job on the inside. When Alexi Jacobson and Yanakopoulos needed that break, she gave Keeker the trouble, gave her fits, but just a nice job all around, like you said, with the team off the bench and the sixth man and all the starters just doing a tremendous job working each other, and nobody really getting a feel on like taking playing time, but just an incredible job for Southeast Saline.
So we'll start it out. We'll take the easy road. First game of the season. Our Vernon Jewelers gym of the game was just this win. Coming into this building, getting this win, a little bit of a revenge factor from last year. Southeast of Saline starts out 1-0 with a big upset here on the road, 41-33. Coming up next, we'll turn the page. Game number 2 of our doubleheader. We'll revisit an interview we had earlier with Bryson Flax as we get ready for Trojan basketball. It's coming up next. Countdown to tip-off brought to you by L&L Advisors. Begin now. Bryson Flax after the break here on KINA.
Are you looking for a local brokerage firm to help with your Medicare, life insurance, and annuities? L&L Advisors is the #1 local Medicare supplement and insurance specialist. Medicare can be confusing. Let the experts at L&L Advisors help make sense of it. Stop by one of 3 locations in Salina or McPherson and speak to an agent about the needs of your family. L&L Advisors, main office at 717 Roach, right off Crawford, and their second location in the Central Mall in Salina, and a new location in McPherson, based on honesty and trust. Contact L&L Advisors today.
Back here on transition between games and our chance to talk to Bryson Flax, head coach of the Southeast of Saline Trojans. And boy, I tell you what, Bryson, this is already basketball time, and it's really kind of difficult for you, but also exciting at the same time. We talked about this a little bit last year, now even more so this year with an extra week of football over what we had last season. And that's just the transition between one season to the other. Before we talk about that, though, I want to go all the way back to the end of last year and just kind of the start of the summer and summer basketball. I know right now There are kids flying all over the place, more than what there ever has been. Basketball is an option now year-round. And just talk about some of your kids and some of your players and keeping track of them. I know social media is a big thing, but basketball it's a 24/7 sport anymore, isn't it?
Yeah, it definitely can be. And we were fortunate enough that as a team, we played just over 20 games together. We got a couple tournaments, played some leagues, so we were able to see some 4A schools, 5As, 6As, and play some of those teams. And then on an individual basis, we had some guys that was it, and that's okay because they got a lot of stuff, like you said, to balance. But we had a couple guys playing all summer long, and part of the reason we didn't have our full group sometimes is because certain guys were, in Dallas playing tournaments. And I think it's great if you choose to single out a sport. It's better than sitting at home. I just want them to be as active as possible. So it was a really good summer for us, though.
Where do you strike the balance personally? Because it was not that long ago, you couldn't even talk to the kids outside of maybe a 1-week camp during the summer. It was somebody else doing the coaching for you. Now you can be completely hands-on, take them to tournaments, do city league, things like that. Some coaches don't want anybody else messing with their kids. Some coaches don't want anything to do with their kids during the summer. Where's the balance for you? How do you strike that?
Sure, and really, I want them to play. I want them to play as much as they can. I really enjoyed being able to coach them this summer, especially, in a couple tournaments. That's new to us because, my first year I got the job late, and I think the next year we didn't do much, and then the third year, COVID, so we were happy to get everybody in the gym together and be able to, just learn the kids and during the summer and watch them grow.
Let's look at the team and the transition between last year and this year. You lost a solid group of seniors. There weren't any superstars in that class, but there were games where one or two of them would pop up. And we talk about the mentality of that senior class that you lost. They were just dogs. I mean, there's no other way to put it. I think when you look at replacing them, if that's possible, you start with Eli Sawyers and Nakari Merkel-Palmer, your two juniors. How much better have they gotten now? Because you obviously see a big jump from freshman to sophomore and also sophomore to junior.
Yeah, and I think, to be honest, sophomore to junior is probably the biggest jump that they have in most cases. And Eli and Nakari are no different. They both played a ton of basketball this summer and Eli into the fall. And so, from a physical standpoint, they're both bigger, faster, stronger, and from a skill standpoint, they're both shooting the basketball more efficiently. They're both bouncier than they have been. And that just goes with, maturing and the weight room as well.
Let's look now what we alluded to first of all, and that's having a really good football team at SES, and they play almost into, and if not through, the first couple of practices, and that's been something that you've had to deal with over the last couple of years. This year is no exception. When you get those guys in, obviously there needs to be some time off. When you play through the playoffs especially, football ratchets up a little bit. It's more of a physical sport. How do you handle those guys coming in, not only coming into the gym when they're ready and when football's over, but also practicing without them for maybe a week?
Yeah, this year was a little different because we missed them for a full week, and actually they played on a Friday and I gave them Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and they started practice on that ensuing Tuesday. And practice pre-football guys was actually pretty good. We could focus in a little more on development rather than jumping right into implementing offenses and defenses, et cetera. And the good thing is also that, the majority of the football guys that are with us, at least at the varsity level, they know most of what we're doing. We may have minor tweaks here and there, but they could kind of jump in and not miss a beat. But I thought it was good. Pre-football was more focused, like I said, development, and then we've been going fast and furious from the time that Tuesday on. So we're ready.
Unfortunately, you did lose a couple of players on your basketball team due to some football injuries. Is depth your biggest concern right now?
Right now, I'd say, yeah, definitely. We have some question marks within, our guys, especially that are coming off the bench. They just haven't played as meaningful of minutes. And to add to that, Jake, for example, Jake Gebhardt, he could play 3 positions, maybe even stretch him to 4 positions. And so I told them one kid on this out of this group, this group of reserves, isn't Jake Gebhardt. You don't come in and try and fill 4 roles. We'll try and fill maybe 1 or 2 of Jake's roles with one person and then one with another. And that kind of goes with Michael Murray too. He was, the chance to play 3 positions. And it's just, that's the cards you're dealt. And truthfully, I'd rather know early than get 12, 13, 14 games in and then have something happen. So, we're moving on. Those guys are very welcome to obviously attend practices as much as they would love to. And a lot of questions will be answered, within the next week or 2.
You have a unique situation tonight. You come into a place and you play a team where you ended the season last year in Sub-State with a loss to the Hesston Swathers. This is the number 1 team coming in now preseason in the state of Kansas in Class 3A. They're defending champions. Not very often do you have this opportunity. There's going to be a little bit of deja vu when you walk in, but also you look down your bench. You don't have any seniors this year when you take on the Swathers.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And we don't have seniors, but we do have experience. And so that helps. We have guys that have played in that environment and played, quality opponents like Hesston. I watched both films from last year both times we played them, a disgusting amount, to be honest with you. And so we learned a lot just by those films and things we can improve on. And when we get into those situations, which, early on, we're going to be thrown right into that fire again. So
what are your keys to success tonight? What do you want to see from your Trojans against Hesston?
We have to defend better than we did, and that's early on. I can disregard that film a little bit, but the Sub-State film, we didn't stay true to our principles, and they're getting into the middle of the lane a ton. We weren't very good on baseline out of bounds, and a lot of that is focus and just going out and competing and being in the right spots, and so we've really focused on that early on, and so that's going to be huge. We have to make things difficult for them and keep them off the glass.
Bryson Flax, head coach of the Southeast of Saline Trojans. His guys tonight in Hesston to take on the Swathers. Coach, best of luck tonight. We'll talk to you after the game.
Yep, thanks, Devin.
Back with more countdown to tip-off after this on KINA.
Are you looking for a local brokerage firm to help with your Medicare, life insurance, and annuities? L&L Advisors is the #1 local Medicare supplement and insurance specialist. Medicare can be confusing. Let the experts at L&L Advisors help make sense of it. Stop by one of 3 locations in Salina or McPherson and speak to an agent about the needs of your family. L&L Advisors, main office at 717 Roach, right off Crawford, and their second location in the Central Mall in Salina, and a new location in McPherson, based on honesty and trust. Contact L&L Advisors today.
You're telling me your driver turns you on remotely?
It feels so good. One gentle touch of a handy remote or mobile app and my motor's running. And don't fret, my little pickup pal. New Image Audio installs these inside trucks too.
Oh, yeah.
You'll want it when the winter chill hits. A remote start from New Image Audio for cars, trucks, even diesels. All systems remote and cell phone capable. Nationwide coverage. Get yours at New Image Audio on South Broadway.
In Salina.
Hi, everyone. It's Linnell Garrettson from SalinaHomes.com. It's a new Trojan basketball season, and our coaches have devised a solid game plan. Just like basketball, to reach your goals in the real estate game, we need to have a dynamic game plan. I enjoy working with many of our Trojan supporters in all aspects of real estate. Upsizing, downsizing, investments, town or country. One call to me and we will get your personalized game plan ready to win. Go Trojans!
Buy or sell, call Winnell at SalinaHomes.com.
Work hard, play hard. Good luck, Trojans, from Roselawn Memorial Park in Salina. To learn more, visit RoselawnSalina.com.
Back here at Hesston High School, getting ready for the guys contest here as we're ready to tip off game number 2 of our doubleheader. Another girls final to pass along to you. Smoky Valley tonight went into Abilene. They beat the Cowgirls 55-34. We will see Smoky Valley coming up on Tuesday in Lindsborg, southeast of Saline's next game as we start the first 2 on the road in this brand new season. The Southeast Lady Trojans won earlier tonight, 41-33, led by 11 points from sophomore Maddie Harris. Starting lineups for the Southeast of Saline boys as we get ready for their season opener. Let's start first with Eli Sawyers. He's a 6'4" junior, averaging 14 points a game last season, 7.5 rebounds, and 2 assists. Nakari Morikel-Palmer's a 6'2" junior. He averaged 10 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 3.5 assists, leading the team a year ago. Drake Augustine, a newcomer to the starting lineup. He appeared in 16 games, averaging 2 points a contest last year. Drake is a 5'10" junior. Luke Gebhardt, a 6'1" junior, averaged 2.5 points, 2 rebounds a game last year as a sophomore. And Daniel Kerr in the starting lineup. This is his first varsity game. He is a 5'10" sophomore. Starting lineup for the Hesston Swathers. Ty Schroeder is a senior, standing 6'3". He averaged 6 points a game and 2 rebounds a year ago for the Swathers. Max Werner is a 6'1" senior in the starting lineup for the Swathers, along with Jake Proctor, a 6'4" junior in the starting lineup. Braden Schilling, one of the top returners, a 6'6" senior, averaged 8 points a game and 3 rebounds a year ago. And Nick Arnold, a 6'2" senior, returns as well. He averaged 7 points and 3 rebounds a game for the Hesston Swathers 1 year ago, in which they went to a state title game last season. Bryson Flax, the head coach of Southeast of Saline. Joe Ross, Trent Douglas, the assistants. Greg Raleigh, the head coach for the Hesston Swathers. Swathers come in, Jathan. They're number 1 in the state of Kansas. Class 3A, they're the defending state champions. They are on their home floor to start a brand new season. Your Southeast of Saline keys to success tonight by New Image Audio.
Oh, just keeping that ball from getting the turnovers and working the ball around, trying to find the open spots. Just the work of Southeast Saline offense that we have going on here. And playing team basketball as well, just not letting somebody just dominate it as well, but open up other lanes, other avenues to help progress this season along.
69-61, KU leads St. John's with about 9.5 minutes left to go in their game on the East Coast in New York. We talked about Smoky Valley laying it on Abilene tonight in double digits. Now we are ready to go. Tip-off here between Southeast and Hesston. Hesston comes out wearing white jerseys, predominantly black strap down the side and also across the lower back, trimmed in red. Southeast of Saline in their all-purple road unis, trimmed in white. Man-to-man defense being applied here early on by Southeast of Saline. On the right-hand side is Max Werner for the Swathers. Now they give it up inside. Here's a jumper put up, no good by Nick Arnold, and Southeast of Saline has the rebound. In transition now on the right-hand side. Here's a drive to the bucket, now a kick out to Gebhardt. He swings it around to Nakari Morikel-Palmer. Now the baseline, Eli Sawyers. Sawyers is going to test Nick Arnold. Doesn't get anywhere. Now they dump it off to Daniel Kerr. Kerr went to the hoop, got his shot rejected, but it stays with Southeast of Saline.
Hey, I kind of like that move by Daniel Kerr. Not afraid to attack the basketball early on with his first starting lineup here. But nice job by Daniel Kerr, at least attacking the rim.
Daniel really had a nice football season as a sophomore, and we talked about it in the starting lineups. Here he is. Not only his first varsity start, it's his first varsity appearance, and he's in the starting lineup. Here's Luke Gebhardt from the right wing. He rings the bell for 3, and Southeast of Saline is on the board. Luke Gebhardt with a tray. Hesston now has it back on their offensive end. Lob pass inside, nearly taken away. Kerr on the floor with it. Tips it out to Gebhardt. Luke up the floor to Sawyers. Sawyers little back and forth moves. Gets in the paint. Now out to Kerr. Over to Gebhardt. Guarded from 3. This time on the opposite side of the floor from where he just made it. They dump it into Nakari now mid lane. He pivots out to the elbow. Out to Sawyers. 3-pointer from the baseline. Got it to go. Eli Sawyers made it 2 for 2 from 3-point land. Southeast leads by 6.
Just a nice job there. Finding the wide open spot, going in the corner to Eli Sawyers, right open, going up and over.
Here's a jumper along the baseline by Hesston. That's no good. Jake Proctor misses. Nakari with the rebound. Here comes Sawyers now up the floor. Out to Kerr. He wants to make a 3 for 3. Off the backboard is good. Daniel Kerr gets his first varsity bucket off the backboard, and Southeast of Saline leads by 9.
I went to the bank this morning. Devin, did you?
Wow. Here's a drive now by the Swathers. They get shoved out of bounds, and the ball is going to be awarded to Hesston. It will stay there. Luke Gebhardt was trying to buy the basketball for Southeast of Saline, but it will stay in the custody of the Swathers. Jake Proctor will inbound underneath the Hesston basket.
This game's moving right quickly here for it. Both starting off.
Yeah, absolutely. Here's a little curl move, and getting to the rim that time is Braden Schilling. Schilling misses the basket, but he was fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Fouls on Nakari Morikel-Palmer, his first personal foul, first team foul as well, and first foul of the game.
Schilling, one of the top returners from the squad a year ago that won the state title. Remember, that was an electric basketball game between these two teams a year ago. They both lost a good group of seniors, though. Hesston also tonight playing without Kaysen Richardson, who was their leading scorer and leading rebounder from last year. He also is battling an ACL injury. He will not be available to the Swathers until after the holiday. Braden Schilling made good on his first free throw. Second one, though, comes up empty, and Eli Sawyers grabs the rebound. New numbers almost across the board for Southeast of Saline this year. Luke Gebhardt, the only one on the floor right now, wearing the same number as a year ago. Here's Nikari up top, struggling with some defensive pressure. He's going to find Danny Kerr between the rings. Kerr will bring it now to the left-hand side on the lane, out to Sawyers. Sawyers has it tipped away. Eli still testing this defense, though. Now he needs help. He goes to Gebhardt. Luke turns around. Lost the ball momentarily after it was tipped away. Now he goes to Sawyers. This Hesston defense all of a sudden has gained some intensity. Lob pass inside to Nikari. He lost the basketball. Now a ball on the floor, and they're going to call a loose ball foul here against Southeast of Saline. Who are they calling that on?
Oh,
they're going to call it on Hesston.
Call it on Hesston. Out, maybe undercutting Nikari there. Ball is just loose. Unfortunate for both sides, either way you'd look at it.
Yeah, so Max Werner gets a loose ball foul there, and Southeast of Saline's going to score off the inbounds. 5 points for Eli Sawyers. Boy, he's primed for a big year, isn't he?
Yeah, he sure is, and just his growth as he's had in both just physically, but also just his play of the game.
Southeast now up 11-1, but they let a guy get free on the inside. That's Braden Schilling, and he has 2. 3 points now, all 3 Hesston points, scored by Braden Schilling. 4:49 left to play here. We're just underway, first quarter. Drake Augustine with the basketball for Southeast of Saline. He'll play it through Luke Gebhardt, now to Eli Sawyers in the corner. No-look pass by Nikari to Drake Augustine on the backside. Drake becomes the 4th Southeast of Saline player to score. That gets Judy Hall up out of her seat yelling on the other side. There's a loose ball again. Drake Augustine nearly took it away. Now Luke Gebhardt will take it, but they're saying he's standing on the sideline right on the Southeast of Saline bench. And Bryson Flax is up cheering his guys on. He is loving this intensity early on.
Yeah, if you're a Southeast, you're just going to love watching these Trojans play and grow throughout the year, and it'll be interesting to see how they just progress along this season.
We're saying names like Gebhardt and Nikari and Eli Sawyers. It seems like we've been saying them forever, but this team has no seniors.
Yeah, it'll be fun to say it next year, too.
13-3. They're up by 10, and another steal here. Here comes Eli Sawyers with it. That's the second Hesston steal of the night, or turnover of the night. Luke Gebhardt has it. Now around to Eli Sawyers. Sawyers skips it through the defense to Daniel Kerr. Three-pointer goes in. Danny Kerr is starting this game on fire. The sophomore has 6 points, and Southeast of Saline leads by a baker's dozen.
They open up this outside game. They're going to start leaving that inside open. That's where Eli Sawyers is going to do some damage.
Boy, Hesston right now has to wonder what happened to them. They try to get back into it here with a 3, and they do. Off the bench, Nathan Adams. And Adams, an interesting footnote for him, he actually transferred in from Pratt Skyline and a senior here at Hesston this year. Southeast had it poked away. It goes out of bounds along the baseline, and it will stay here with Southeast underneath their own basket. After a quick break for the Swathers, Nick Arnold is back into the game. Looks like he will bring with him Matthew Waltner for the first time. Now a steal from the backside. The Swathers bring it away. Proctor stole it, gets to the rim. Layup trickles in. Jake Proctor with the steal and the score. First turnover for Southeast. He came from the backside that time. Eli Sawyers didn't even see him. Here's Gebhardt. Little pick and roll with Nikari. They kick it out. Daniel Kerr, three-pointer. Off the mark this time. Nikari almost out-jumped that rebound, and it comes down into the hands of a Swather this time. Ty Schroeder has it. Schroeder now plays it to Nathan Adams. Down low. Here's a shot that's blocked, but Gebhardt, a little too much motion on that, is going to get called for the foul.
Yeah, just coming across the body. It'll be his first personal foul. Team foul number 2 for Southeast of Saline.
Free throws coming up here for Waltner. Flat free throws, going to find its way off and no good.
Caden Isaacson wearing 32. Not his normal 44 or 52 on football field.
48.
48. Gosh, I knew I'd never get it right. I never get it right. I always got to ask you before the game.
Second free throw by Waltner is good, as he went 1 for 2 at the free throw line. Now Hesston back within 7. Also into the game for Southeast of Saline, Drew Richardson, a 5'10 junior. Under 3 minutes left to go here, opening quarter. There's a drive by Richardson. Tried to kick it out to Isaacson, but it's stolen away by the Swathers. Second turnover for Southeast of Saline. Here's where Hesston's at their best in transition, but Eli Sawyer's there to knock the shot attempt by Waltner out of bounds. It will stay with Hesston. They will inbound underneath their own basket.
Nice job with the defensive transition. Getting back on defense, slow him down, and getting the ball out for Hesston.
16-9, Southeast of Saline off to a hot start here, and they're going to have the ball after Luke Gebhardt knocks it off of the hand of one of the Hesston players, Nathan Adams. It goes out of bounds. So a turnover here by Hesston. It's their third. 2:42 remaining, first quarter. Full court pressure now dialed up by the Swathers. Luke Gebhardt in the backcourt wants to run a clear out. It's a man-to-man press. He'll handle it by himself. Behind the back from left to right. Luke gets into the paint. Finger roll is good, and he is fouled. How quickly did that happen from Luke Gebhardt? And he's going to go to the line and try to complete the three-point play. He already has a three-pointer tonight. Now he's trying to do it the old-fashioned way.
You know, he just did it. Just saw the lane wide open down the middle and just took it. Just a really strong move. Getting the fouls will be on Nathan Adams, his first personal foul. And now Gebhardt has an opportunity for an and one.
How much fun was Luke to watch this year during football? What a great season, huh?
Yeah, he saw the middle open just like in football game 2 and just went down the middle for a touchdown.
Free throw, a little too strong, no good. Hesston's going to grab the rebound here. Jake Proctor will bring it back the other way. Proctor, he goes down the middle of Southeast of Saline's defense with no resistance. And Proctor now has 2 buckets. 4 points for Proctor. Back to a 7-point Southeast of Saline lead. Augustine in a little bit of trouble. Finds Isaacson across the floor. Now to Eli Sawyers. Sawyers drop step up top, and they're going to call a travel. Third turnover of the quarter for Southeast. Akari Moracle-Palmer back into the game. I think he might replace Eli Sawyers here for a quick break. 2:08 remaining in the opening period. 18-11 is our score. Southeast leading by 7. They've led the entire way so far. They jumped out to a 9-0 lead on 3 3-pointers. Near steal by Augustine. Hesston's going to keep it. Open 3 in the corner. That won't go. Rebound being vied for on the backside. Nakari pokes it from a Hesston player into the hands of Drake Augustine. Up the floor to Gebhardt. Now out for a 3-pointer. In and out, no good. That came from the hands that time for Southeast of Saline from Drew Richardson. Down to a minute and a half left to play. Entry pass down low, and a little ticky-tack foul there is going to be called on Nakari, and Moracle-Palmer now has 2 fouls. Boy, you hate to see that. You know this bench is not a deep one for Southeast of Saline after losing 2 of their top 8 players due to football injury. There's Schilling, step back 3-pointer. Probably traveled before he put that shot up, but he's going to go in. Can take 1 step, you can't take 2 back. Nonetheless, it still counts, and it's a 4-point game. 18-14. 73 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Nakari finds Isaacson. Caden's shot is up, no good. It's an air ball, and here comes Hesston on the break. Little 5-on-5 action, though. Southeast of Saline gets back nicely on defense, but they lose a guy. Driving baseline, layup is no good. Putback attempt is going to be called a foul, and it'll send Micah Dalston to the free throw line.
Fouls on Drew Richardson, his first personal foul. Fouls are adding up here for Southeast Saline. 4 team fouls early on in this first quarter.
57 seconds on the clock. Dalston to the free throw line for 2. First one rattles out. Just joining us, missed a good one earlier. Southeast of Saline's girls beat Hesston 41-33. Also, Smoky Valley tonight beat Abilene as we check the Bennington State Bank scoreboard. 55-34 in girls play. Dalston's second free throw, too strong, no good. Caden Isaacson with the rebound for Southeast. Eli Sawyer's back in there. Luke Gebhardt up top. Plays it left to Richardson. Richardson now in the middle of the floor to Drake Augustine. Augustine checks the right wing. Now nothing there. They swing it around. Ends up in the near corner of the offense for Southeast of Saline with Gebhardt. He'll skip it over the top. Now Skip comes back. Lob pass inside to Sawyers. Good look there by Gebhardt. It's knocked out of bounds, but they say it goes off Sawyers' foot, and it's a turnover for Southeast. Their fourth.
You like to see how Eli Sawyers worked his man up the pass just a little bit too long underneath the basket. But just a great job there by Eli Sawyers, moving his defender up. They'll just have to get that fine-tuned and early on in the practice.
18-14 our score. 24 seconds left to play here for Hesston. Southeast leads by 4 as we round out the first quarter of play. Hesston being patient here, taking the clock down to 12. Now to the right-hand side to Schilling. They swing it around now. Nick Arnold looking for Schilling down low. He's covered up, though, by Isaacson. Now Schilling pops out. Long two-point jump shot. Rattles off, no good. Rebound and a putback at the buzzer is no good, and we are at the end of one. Southeast of Saline with a hot start, but Hesston has steadied the waters here as we go to the second quarter. 18-14. Southeast of Saline leads up by 4. You're listening and watching Southeast of Saline basketball on KINA and SalinaPost.com, brought to you by L&L Advisors.
Maybe you don't play quarterback or make the highlight reel. Maybe you're not a high school athlete anymore. But just like an athlete, you can get first-class orthopedic care from Saline Ortho. Their doctors and staff strive to get you back to an injury-free, pain-free life as quickly as possible. Saline Ortho has a doctor on call 24/7 for all orthopedic injuries. So next time you're injured, trust the experts at Saline Ortho. Your voice, your choice, past, present, and future. See them online at salineortho.com.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses acquire relief loans to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Devin Haney, Jathan Show back here at Hesston High School. It's where we decided to spend our Friday night with you. Southeast of Saline basketball. Trojans lead it 18-14 as we go to the second quarter. Kason Lilly into the game along with Drake Augustine, Caden Isaacson, Eli Sawyers, and Daniel Kerr. Hot start here for Southeast, Jathan, but Hesston has kind of stabled things out a little bit.
Yeah, they weathered the storm really nicely. Hope Southeast Saline can keep up their momentum and keep going as they were going on in the first quarter.
Daniel Kerr on a nice little drive, left-hand side of the lane. He went across the paint to Isaacson. Caden unable to hit the jump shot from 5, and we're going back the other way with the Swathers. Leading scorers of that first flurry for Southeast, Daniel Kerr had 6. Braden Schilling was 6 for Hesston. Now here's a steal by Daniel Kerr. He's going to leave it off for Lilly, who's trailing. Now to the baseline side to Eli Sawyers. Sawyers is going to take baseline all the way to the cup, has a shot blocked and taken away by Hesston. Nice play there by the Swathers. The turnover for Hesston was their 4th. They go down inside. Nick Arnold, he plays it back outside for a jump shot. No good from Schroeder. Now a struggle for the rebound, and they're going to say a foul on Southeast.
Foul's going to be on the floor. It'll be on Caden Isaacson, his first personal foul. Team foul number 5.
(18-14), Hesston trailing. They'll inbound underneath their own basket. Here's a three-pointer from the corner. Good. Jake Proctor hits the first 3 of the night, first 3 in the second quarter here for Hesston. Nathan Adams hit one earlier. Now a steal on a long cross-court pass by the Swathers, and it's going to be Proctor again, scoring 5 in a row, and Hesston has a lead. 19-18, their first lead of the night. And a big run here for the Swathers. Southeast led by 13 at one point in that first quarter. That's all gone away. Augustine with it. Big sweeping drive. Shot up, no good. Sawyers, though, there to get the offensive rebound. They'll play it to Daniel Kerr in the corner. Kerr curling around his defender. He'll get to the paint. And a blocking foul called on the defense.
Foul's going to be on Nathan Adams, his second personal foul. You just like to see Daniel keep driving into that hoop, just doing a tremendous job on that left side.
Absolutely. He came out with aggression from the start. There's Sawyers with a big sweeping hook. Came down from around his waist. He was able to finish it up top, curling over the front of the rim, and it goes home. Southeast of Saline gets their lead back by 1. 20-19. 5:45 left to go. Keep it tuned right here at halftime. Grab the beverage of your choice and then join us as we talk to Shauna Smith about the upset win tonight for the Lady Trojans.
Exciting game for Lady Trojans starting off the season.
Think she'll give them a little bit of credit?
Oh, you'd hope so in that game. I don't know about Shauna, though. You can always
early in the year.
Yeah, it is.
20-19, our score. Swathers down by 1. They're working here on offense. Now a ball tipped out. It's down on the floor. 2 Trojans go down after. The arrow is going to favor Hesston, though, as Braden Schilling was sandwiched by a couple of purple guys there on the floor along the baseline side. Hesston looking to inbound here over the top. They do. They get it into Max Werner. Werner now plays it to Waltner.
Going to get a foul on Luke Gebhardt. It'll be a second personal foul on the push as he has pushed the screen man out of the way. Team foul number 6.
Trouble switching seasons, maybe.
Yes. It was a good block.
Here is Schilling. He springs free, and Nakari Morkel Palmer there to take it away on a block. And now the arrow will favor Southeast of Saline. Nakari, the high riser, as he takes that shot out of the air for Southeast on defense. Well, that was a really good play.
That was just showing how much hops he has just to get up in the air.
20-19, Southeast still maintaining that 1-digit lead. Here comes Augustine down the left-hand side. He'll hand it off now to Eli Sawyers, about 5 feet behind the three-point line. Nakari Morkel Palmer now has it. He'll go right to Gebhardt. Gebhardt to Augustine up top. Now to Sawyers. Sawyers, little mid-lane entry to Nakari. See if he can work one-on-one here. Takes a dribble. Gets to the backboard. Can't get the shot to go down. Gets his own rebound, though, off the tip from Augustine. Sawyers has his three-pointer top of the circle block, and Hesston pulls it away. With the basketball, Waltner has it for the Swathers. 4:45 left to go here, second quarter. Hesston taking their time, setting this up. Now a cut through the lane. Deep post entry here to Arnold. Arnold backing the defender down, throws a wild shot up off the backboard that's no good. Backside help, though, and a rebound by Ty Schroeder. He is fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line for the first time.
Kind of like that defense setup that Coach Flax has. Daniel Kerr on Nick Arnold just on that low block there. As he's always going back left, and with Daniel Kerr being a lefty, that's a strong hand.
Drake Augustine gets the foul. Ty Schrader nails the first free throw. That's Augustine's first of the game. It's Southeast of Saline's 7th team foul. So Hesston will be in the bonus from here on out. Schroeder's second free throw rims off, no good. Nakari with the rebound. Southeast of Saline, only 2 points so far here in this second quarter. Looking for a score. Where do you go? There's a lob pass inside, a careless pass from Daniel Kerr. And it's going to be taken away by the Swathers. Turnover number 5 for Southeast of Saline. Up top with the basketball, Jake Proctor has it. On the right wing, they go inside. Arnold has one bounce out on him. Luke Gebhardt with the rebound, and he's being absolutely mugged. And Bryson Flax is going to call a timeout to get him out of trouble. It's a 30-second timeout. We will take it. 3:55 left to go here in the second quarter. We're all knotted up at 20 here on KINA.
The Southeast of Saline School District has a long-standing reputation for excellence. This excellence in public education has been a source of great pride and one of the factors contributing to the quality of life in our community. The Southeast of Saline Education Foundation works in partnership with the USD 306 School District and the community that it serves to maximize student potential, thereby creating a lasting legacy, not only for our children, but for our community. The Southeast of Saline Education Foundation salutes the Trojan Sports Program.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Basketball on KINA.
Devin Aney and Jathan Show back here at Hesston High School. Southeast of Saline and Hesston right now dueling, splitting 40 right down the middle between the two. 20-20 is our score. Southeast has the basketball. Luke Gebhardt operating on the right-hand side. Now plays it even further to the right to Drake Augustine. Luke trying to set a screen. Both Swathers came off with Augustine that time. They hit the basketball into the backcourt. Drake goes and chases it down. Now gives it to Nakari. Nakari a lob pass intended inside for Eli Sawyers, but Hesston with great help side defense knocks it away and takes it. Turnover number 6 for Southeast. Hesston working.
Southeast just had an opportunity there to just go a waste there. It seemed like they could have gotten an outside shot.
Jake Proctor with another three-pointer from the quarter. He's got 8 points here in this second quarter, and Hesston has a 3-point lead, and now Southeast turns it over again on a traveling violation. 3:12 left to play.
A lot of these guys, Coach Flax bringing off the bench, haven't had much varsity time, and might have started showing on a big game where things just aren't settling down for him right now.
Well, you know, Sawyer's got a great start, but haven't heard a whole lot out of him lately. Here's a steal by Nakari. He gets it up the floor to Eli Sawyer. Sawyer's trying to back down the defender, and that's a cheap charging foul. That is almost the definition of a flop, isn't it?
That's a pretty weak call there. Just you knew that they're going to expect it, just a butt bounce, really. That's all it was.
Bryson Flax, I think, is waiting on the official to come to his side. He's keeping pace with him. The official goes to the baseline, and Bryson goes back to business. Now he's going to work on the other official. That was a horrible call. There's a shot up now, and another rebound by Nakari. Southeast of Saline digs it out. They want to run. Here comes Richardson across the timeline. Now back to Miracle Palmer. Nakari looking inside, trying to get a screen from Sawyers. He's bottled up, though. Now they play to Augustine. 2.5 minutes left to play here in the second quarter. 23-20, Hesston leading by 3. And now a holding violation on Ty Schroeder as he had a handful of Nakari Miracle Palmer's jersey.
Be Ty Schroeder's first personal foul. Team foul number 4 for the Swathers.
2:28 left to go. Southeast will inbound underneath their own basket. Augustine ready to pull the trigger. Goes way up top here to Richardson. He'll drive to the right-hand side, now play it on a pass to Gebhardt. Luke almost lost the basketball. Now he's going to go to Nakari, high post. Nakari has a strip. It's back to Gebhardt. Now out Richardson for 3. That won't go down. Nakari trying to keep it alive, and he cannot. It will go back to the Swathers. 2:08 left to play. 23-20. Hesston trying to keep building on this score here. They once trailed by 13 points. Over to the right-hand side. A little back and forth move by Proctor. How lightning quick was that? He gets to the paint and scores. Jake Proctor carrying the Swathers through the second quarter. He has 2 2s and 2 3s in this quarter alone. Augustine with it now, top of the circle. Plays it to Sawyers. Sawyers working on Nick Arnold. Gets rid of the ball. Now gets it back on a lob, but it buried him deep along the baseline. He works himself back in, try to reverse layup. That's too strong, no good. And the rebound comes down to the Swathers. Here comes Arnold with it. Across the timeline, Sawyers takes it away. Turnover number 6 for Hesston. Eli all the way down the lane and lost it. He will have free throws coming up.
So Eli Sawyer's doing a nice job just trying to get something started for himself and then also slow down this threat that Swathers are bringing along with Jake Proctor. Has to get Sawyers to the line, and that foul is going to be on Matthew Waltner, his first personal foul.
Just the second free throw of the night for Southeast of Saline. Eli Sawyers misses it off to the right. He'll get another one here as it was a shooting foul. Try to dig into this 5-point Hesston lead. Daniel Kerr back into the game for Southeast. Caden Isaacson also back in. Nakari Miracle Palmer will go to the bench. Bryson Flax doesn't want him getting 3 with a minute and a half left. Sawyer's second free throw went around the world inside the rim and then fell out. Hesston has it back here, leading by 5. Swathers have it on the left wing. Man-to-man defense still being applied here by Southeast of Saline. Bryson Flax, when you talk about the schedule for Southeast before the holiday, it is brutal, but he loves it. Now a charging foul here called against Braden Schilling as Hesston turns it over. Turnover number 7 for the Swathers as Schilling went to the baseline, out of control.
That'll be Schilling's first personal foul. Minute left here, 60 seconds left in this first half.
Daniel Kerr in there to collect the charge for Southeast. Nice play there by the sophomore. Under a minute left to go. Southeast trailing by 5. They have the basketball. Trojans need a score here. Augustine with it. Up top. Goes to the middle of the floor. Now plays it to Sawyers. Sawyers over to Isaacson. Caden back and forth. Now goes between his legs. Dumps it off for Augustine. Augustine back to Isaacson. Gets tipped, and Drake's going to have to pull it out. Now to Daniel Kerr in the middle of the lane. He plays it to Sawyers down around the kneecaps, and Eli has his knees taken out from underneath him. A 1-on-1 opportunity coming up for Eli Sawyers. That is team foul number 7 on Hesston.
Hopefully he can get these opportunities at the free throw line settled down and make it as foul zone be on Nick Arnold, his first personal foul.
Arnold has been the one primarily responsible for Eli Sawyers on defense here tonight. Sawyers to the free throw line for a 1-and-1 with a half a minute left to go here in the first half. Shauna Smith on her way to join us, I think. First free throw, good. Sawyers will get the bonus.
Let's see if she's listening.
You never want to fully commit.
Yeah.
You hope she is coming. Second free throw here by Sawyers is good. That's a good possession there for Southeast. Back now within 3. See if they can get it stopped in the half here with 30 seconds left to go. 25-22. Hesston with the lead. I think it's important for Southeast to go to the locker room and recharge here and regroup with this young squad. Proctor with the basketball. He's been sensational here in this second quarter. 10 points. He had 14 for the game to lead the Swathers. Clock down to 9. They get it back in the hands of Proctor. He wants to drive. Pulls up at the free throw line. Shot off the back of the rim, no good. Putback tip is no good. Third attempt might have been blocked. Proctor still down at the top of the key, and that is the end of the half. Proctor grabbing his face here as we go to halftime with Hesston leading 25-22. The Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories halftime report begins now. When we come back, numbers from the first half, the Bennington State Bank scoreboard, and a talk with head coach Shauna Smith. It's all coming up. It's 25-22. Hesston leads Southeast of Saline's boys at halftime here on KINA.
Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. Everything to bling out your ride in one place, including top quality lift kits, wheels and tires, bumpers, Jeep accessories, fender flares, bed covers, bed liners, step bars, even custom painting. Knopf Auto is the and soil dealer and has many synthetics and filters in stock. Visit Knopf Auto on Facebook for specials, great ideas, and let them make your truck stick out in a crowd. Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories, supporting the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
Hi, everyone. It's Flanell Garrettson from SalinaHomes.com. It's a new Trojan basketball season, and our coaches have devised a solid game plan. Just like basketball, to reach your goals in the real estate game, we need to have a dynamic game plan. I enjoy working with many of our Trojan supporters in all aspects of real estate. Upsizing, downsizing, investments, town or country. One call to me, and we will get your personalized game plan ready to win. Go Trojans!
Buy or sell, call Winnell at SalinaHomes.com.
This is the Trojan Halftime Report. Coming up, a first half recap. Shot at the horn! Stats, interviews, and a look at other area games. Now, let's get back to the gym for Trojan Halftime on KINA.
Back here at halftime of the boys contest, 25-22 is our score. Hesston fought off a big start by Southeast of Saline to take a 3-point lead into the locker room at halftime. Shauna Smith joins us now. She's the head coach of the victorious Southeast of Saline Lady Trojans. And boy, coach, this was a really fun game to watch. 41-33. You get the victory here. It's got to be satisfactory a little bit for you to come in. Not only do you win the first game of the season, because somebody once told me you can't win them all unless you win the first one, so that's the first step. But just to come in here in the same gym against basically the same team that you lost to in March in Sub-State and play the way that you did, it was just phenomenal to watch. And I want to start first. We talk about maturity. We talk about seniors. We talk about playing with a calmness and not letting things snowball on you. That's what I saw tonight. 9 turnovers instead of the 17 that you had in March. and they never really let things get away from them in a bad way.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it in the locker room. I mean, we played 9 players tonight, and all 9 of them contributed. And then we talked about our other kids on the bench. I mean, what the contributions were for them tonight, and it was just kind of maturity. I mean, our girls, we look mature out there. I told those girls, we didn't have any of those freshmen, and that's been in the 6 years I've been coaching here. We've always had a freshman coming in and playing right away or starting for us, and so we kind of we had those veterans out there, and we looked, like I said, and I didn't expect these girls to look rattled at all tonight. And, this is kind of a hostile environment to be playing in. And I thought we did a really good job, and like you said, kept our composure. I think we got down 4-6 points. I'm not really sure where it was, but I mean, I never felt like we were ever going to get out of our kind of out of hand, I guess I should say. Yeah,
down by 7 there at the late part of the second quarter. But I thought you did a nice job, and it was only 2 points. But that 2 points led to a 5-0 run between the end of the second quarter and the beginning of the third quarter. Then Hesston kind of comes back. They trade baskets with you a little bit. Then you put together another 5-0 run. And from that point, you never really gave the lead back to Hesston. You were able to control the basketball and keep things at bay. And as you said, things never got out of control. I want to give you a little bit of credit here, though, because you bailed us out. We're going through a Vernon Jewelers gym of the game tonight, and we can't really single anybody out. And I told Jathan, I said, everybody that hit the floor tonight for Southeast did something to help win this game.
Yeah, I mean, it was just one of the things. I mean, all of us, I said, when we kind of talked about this in the locker room, is that one person would score, and then the next play would be somebody else. And we actually, but we figured on that this season. That's kind of what we're not a one-man team. Every single night we're going to have different scorers out there. Yeah.
You got one of your little ones out there getting ready to shoot free throws.
She's going to try.
That's good to see. Also, let's talk about some things that happened in this game. First of all, I love Lexi Jacobson. I love the energy that she brings. Jathan and I were watching her during the JV game tonight, and we jokingly said, but also seriously, she might break the single-season rebounding record for you this year. I mean, she is all over the place. And there was a play early on in this game over in front of your bench where she comes out, hits the floor, gets the ball away from 2 Swathers, and steals a possession for you.
Lexi's a pretty bouncy player for us. I mean, I don't think people realize how quick she is. And she's going to improve tremendously this season. She's one of those people, like, we could start her, but our thoughts on how we start people is because we have a second wave of scorers coming in, and that's kind of our reasoning. And we could really switch around some, because she's going to give us a little bit of height, whatever, if we'd start her. But ours is we're going to get that second round of scoring come in, and we're going to keep coming at you. And that's kind of what we did, and that's kind of what tonight. That's our subbing rotations where we're going to just keep pressuring you. We're going to wear you down.
Speaking of diving on the floor, Maddie Harris had a play with under a minute left to go that kept the ball in your hands, and I'm not sure you ever gave it back to Hesston at the end of the game. That was on the opposite side of your bench where, again, it could have went to Hesston. They could have scored, made it a 3-point game, but she hit the deck, and she did what was necessary to keep the ball on your side.
So they've been taught.
Yeah.
Awesome. It's just one of those things. I mean, we bark on them at practice. We expect you to dive on a ball at practice, and and that's actually the thing we talk about at our pregame. We have keys to the game, and one of them is we're going to win every loose ball. And then 50-50 balls, whatever, we're going to not just get a jump ball out of it. We're going to get it, and we're going to go the other way. And that's our keys a lot of nights. Keys that said we don't just give a jump ball to something. We're going to get it and go.
I know preseason rankings are a little bit, they really don't mean a whole lot. A lot of it might be what you've done before the last couple of years. But I think with Hesston's reputation and just a brief history between these two schools on what's gone on, this is a huge win for you. And also, as you and I talked before the game, this schedule before Christmas is going to test you. You go to play Smoky Valley now on Tuesday. They were double-digit winners, almost 20 points tonight over Abilene. You have Hillsboro, who's never easy to play. You have Beloit. You have Sacred Heart. You go on down the line. This pre-holiday schedule for you is going to test you and really find out where you are before the break, isn't it?
Yeah, and I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I tell the girls, like I said, this is only going to make us better. Playing this game and not open up. We've had this game circled on our calendar. I mean, we've been talking about this for a while, and then when we told them this is the only game we're talking about, now next we're already talking about Smoky Valley, and we know that's not going to be an easy out or anything like that because they got some players then too. And then we're going to concentrate our next game. Beloit's going to be better than they were last year. Last year they were just so young.
Yeah.
But right now it's a Smoky Valley who we're going to go and we take one game at a time and got to take care of our business.
Absolutely. Good win for you here on the road, 41-33. Enjoy it over the weekend. We'll talk to you on Tuesday.
All right, thank you.
Shauna Smith, head coach of the Southeast of Saline ladies. Her girls tonight with a big victory here on the road. They start out 1-0 on the season. Back with numbers from the first half, a 2-minute break. And third quarter action here from Hesston. Southeast of Saline trails by 3 on KINA.
Knauf Auto and Truck Accessories. Everything to bling out your ride in one place, including top quality lift kits, wheels and tires, bumpers, Jeep accessories, fender flares, bed covers, bed liners, step bars, even custom painting. Knauf Auto is the and soil dealer and has many synthetics and filters in stock. Visit Knauf Auto on Facebook for specials, great ideas, and let them make your truck stick out in a crowd. Knauf Auto and Truck Accessories, supporting the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
Need to make a power purchase by year's end? Can Equip has got you covered. With 14 locations, you'll find quality pre-owned inventory changing daily. Browse inventory right from your smartphone at canequip.com to see what's available. Looking for something specific? Visit Can Equip in Salina and talk to a sales professional to help you find it before the year is out.
Can equip you.
Your husband is pretty handy to have around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese. He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe and a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
See me, Kelly Kitchener, at our brand new location, 1809 South Ohio in Salina.
Troublesome car repair and everyone has told you it cannot be fixed or it's way too expensive? Try McKim Auto Service in Gypsum, Kansas. They do quick, dependable work and provide the lowest hourly rate in the area. McKim Auto will service your vehicle from front to back and everything in between. They treat you and your car like a friend or even family. McKim Service specializes in engine and transmission rebuild. 701 Maple, Gypsum, Kansas. Wouldn't trust anyone else with my family car. So, if your repair seems grim, remember McKim. Give them a call today to make your appointment.
This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
Back here at halftime, about ready to start third quarter action. Devin Andy Jathan show here in Hesston. 9 points for Eli Sawyers to lead the way for the Swathers. And a big half for Jake Proctor. 14 points for the Swathers to lead the way for Hesston. Jathan Hesston had to come back from a barrage from Southeast of Saline to start this game. The Swathers were down by 13, but here they are getting ready to start second half action, leading by 3. How can Southeast come back and get into this game? They really had trouble scoring. The only person to score in that second quarter was Eli Sawyers, and he can only manufacture 4 points.
And just the distributing of the basketball, but then those earlier three-point shots are just what really kept Southeast Saline in the game, getting that big lead. But hopefully Southeast Saline can hone back in on that outside shot. But Eli Sawyers, they got to find an open spot or a screen away and get him a couple of screens to go get him open.
Shauna Smith joining us there at halftime. Pretty excited about her team's victory tonight. It should be. They upset the number 8 team in the state of Kansas and the Hesston Swathers. They will move on and play a 1-0 Smoky Valley team in Lindsborg on Tuesday. We'll be there for you, of course, right here on KINA, and also live stream video on Salina Post coming up on Tuesday. Hesston leading here, 25-22. Ball goes out of bounds. It will stay with the Swathers here on their offensive end. There's a lob pass inside, broken up by Southeast. They're going to take it away. A couple of tips and ends up with Sawyers. Now over to Daniel Kerr. He has his shot blocked, and now Hesston takes that away. An exchange of turnovers here by these two teams. Now Proctor has it. Over to Nick Arnold on the right-hand side. Proctor gets it back. A little crossover gets him into the lane. Left-handed layup off the glass tube. Strong won't go. And a rebound by Ty Schroeder is put back, is no good, but he is fouled, and we'll go to the free throw line.
Foul's going to be on Luke Gebhardt, his third personal foul. First team foul in the second half.
That's not good.
It's not good when the Trojans benched it. Just really didn't bring much into it after the starting 5 here.
Schroeder get the free throw, his second one of the night. Those are his 2 points so far. Second free throw coming up is good. All 3 points at the free throw line for Ty Schroeder. Southeast of Saline now looking at a half-court trap dialed up here by the Swathers. Luke Gebhardt has it. He'll stay in there with those 3 fouls. Not a lot of choice, though, really, by Bryson Flax with the short bench that he has right now. Daniel Kerr has it on the right wing. He dribbles out of a trap. Now goes to Nakari. Sawyer's backside. Gebhardt for 3. In and out, no good. That one looked like it had a chance. Now the loose ball on the floor. Bodies everywhere going after it. It's Proctor and Daniel Kerr.
Oh.
I think the officials are going to get together on this. And they're going to award Hesston with a timeout. I don't know they ever had possession. Looking at the replay, they didn't have possession. But nonetheless, a 30-second timeout here called by Hesston. Bryson Flax not liking that either.
I don't know what to say, Devin.
Good thing we're on radio because the look on your face says it all.
Yep. That's what's keep my mouth shut, I guess.
Don't forget tonight and every Friday night during basketball season, it's the Kansas Information Network High School Basketball Scoreboard Show. Here's scores and game wraps from across the state of Kansas. It's every Friday night from 10 until 11 o'clock right here on KINA. It's brought to you by Holm Automotive Centers in Abilene and Saline, and also Salina Surgical Hospital. 27-22 our score. Swathers leading by 5. They got the basketball by calling timeout without possession. Here's Braden Schilling. He drives to the baseline. Picked off by Drake Augustine. And then Augustine's save as he was falling out of bounds was knocked out of bounds. It will stay with the Trojans.
Just no rhythm for either side of this.
Are they trying to give this ball to Hesston or what? What's going on here?
Shouldn't be.
Gosh. Gebhardt has the ball. One of the Hesston kids went over and tried to inbound the ball for the Swathers. Now Southeast of Saline is going to have it here on their offensive end. High entry to Sawyer, and he's going to be fouled from behind by Braden Schilling.
That'll be his second personal foul. You got to get Eli Sawyer's more touches in this game for Sally Saline to have a chance. A lot of things, good things happen when he touches the ball.
Yeah, Schilling is a force inside, whether he's scoring or not, because he's 6'6". If you can get him to go to the bench in a little bit of foul trouble, you have a feeling that would open up some other things. There's Sawyer's quick pop from 3, too strong, no good. Rebound being batted around. It's going to be controlled by Daniel Kerr. Now Augustine, he's going to be hammered as he drives on the left-hand side. This little quick direction there between Kerr and Augustine, and Drake's going to go to the free throw line for 2.
Fouls on Jake Proctor, his first personal foul. Augustine at the line for Southeast.
2 free throws coming up here for Drake Augustine, as he'll study these 2 charity tosses. First free throws of the new season for Drake. First one is up, hits the back of the rim, high bounce and rolls home. 3 points now for Drake. He scored 2 back in the first quarter in that Southeast of Saline flurry. 5:47 left to go, third quarter. 27-23. Now make it a 3-point game as Augustine drops them both home. Hesston with the basketball back. Proctor has it. Remember, he got hit in the face or something there at the end of the first half, was holding his facial area as he went to the locker room at halftime. Seems to be okay now, though, and now Proctor and Augustine going back and forth. They're going to call a foul on Drake Augustine, his second.
Yeah, like you said, his second personal foul, but watching that transition, Proctor was pushing him all the way down into that box, the lower area, just pushing and shoving on each side. So interesting to see how both these guys might play out in the end of the game.
Proctor got it inside, was bottled up, and then he somehow shuffled it off to Nick Arnold on a no-look pass, and Nick scores his first basket of the game. Now a foul on Hesston as we go the other way.
Fouls will be on Nick Arnold, holding Daniel Kerr from attacking the basket. That'll be team foul number 3 for Hesston.
Greg Rowley can be happy with the way his team plays defense. I know it's not up to his standards. Seems like they're having trouble moving their feet against Southeast of Saline tonight. They've already committed 10 fouls, and most of them just like that, just a lack of being able to move. Here's a three-pointer by Daniel Kerr on the right-hand wing. That's an air ball, no good, and Hesston brings it away. With the basketball now, Ty Schroeder with it. He'll drive to the lane, kick it out. Here's Schilling for 3. Got it. Braden Schilling has 9. That's his second 3 of the night. 32-24. Biggest lead of the game so far by Hesston is 8. 4:52 left to go third. Now a steal by Schilling, but he falls out of bounds. Standing on the baseline, it will stay with Southeast. It's a full timeout. 4:49 left to play here in the third. Biggest lead of the game by the Swathers right now at 32-24 on KINA.
PRP, or platelet-rich plasma injection therapy, has received quite a bit of attention since it's used by many professional athletes. Professional football players like Peyton Manning and Jamal Charles have used PRP therapy for sports injuries and to avoid surgery. But you don't have to be a world-class athlete with millions of dollars for this cutting-edge therapy. PRP is available to you in the Saline Pain Clinic. Call the doctors for a consultation and see if this treatment is right for you. See them at 200 South 5th in the Salina Surgical Arts Center.
When termites strike your home or business, you want to fight back with the best. Hesston Termite and Pest Control to the rescue. With over 57 years experience, they offer the best of options, including the new BASF High Precision Injection Treatment. Don't let termites get you down. With one phone call to Hassman's, they can put one in the win column for you. Call Hassman Termite and Pest Control today or visit HassmanTermite.com and follow them on Facebook. Work hard, play hard. Good luck, Trojans, from Roselawn Memorial Park in Salina. To learn more, visit RoselawnSalina.com.
Southeast out of the timeout. Kason Lilly with a 3, and his first shot of the day goes down. 3 points for Kason.
You just hope the Southeast's three-point barrage comes back with these outside shooting as Hesston's in that zone.
A reaching foul on defense for Southeast of Saline. Yeah, Southeast just hit the wall there in that second quarter. They scored 18 points in the opening period, but in the second, they only scored 4 points. That last foul was on Kason Lilly. That's his first. Some scores on the Bennington State Bank scoreboard. KU tonight victorious over St. John, 95-75. Also, the Salina Central girls who returned everybody. They should be a machine this year in Class 5A. They beat Salina South 53-24. Also, we had earlier Smoky Valley beating Abilene by 21 points. Here's a shot put up by Hesston. No good. Schilling tried to follow it. Cannot. Eli Sawyers with it as he now goes coast to coast for the finger roll. Sawyers' first score of the second half. He's in double digits now with 11. All of a sudden, it's a three-point game.
He's just hard to stop once he gets that ball going, dribbling free like that, and nobody's going to stop him.
That was borderline out of control, you know it. Here's a steal now by Lilly. But Eli was so quick, nobody was able to keep up with him. Nakari Morikel-Palmer has it on the left-hand side. Now to Drake Augustine. Augustine bouncing up top between the circles. Over to Sawyers on the left end. He plays it along the baseline, short corner to Nakari. Little jump shot from 10, won't go down. We'll go back the other way now. Hesston has it with a three-point lead. 3:38 left to go. Here's a foul inside as Ty Schroeder was driving to the basket, and he will get free throws out of this.
Kason Lilly on the foul, second personal foul. Team foul number 4.
So Schrader back to the free throw line. He's 3 of 4 from the charity stripe tonight. Has not hit a field goal. But 75% at the line here in the early going. First free throw on this trip is up, and it's an air ball. Go ahead.
Caden Isaacson and Luke Gebhardt, who has 3 personal fouls, checks in for Southeast Saline. Nakari and Daniel Kerr will have a break.
Bryson Flax, Trent Douglas, deep in conversation over on that Southeast of Saline bench. Free throw up by Schroeder is good after he airballed the first one. Eli Sawyers has drawn a new defensive assignment with Max Werner now guarding him after Nick Arnold went out. And help side defense for Hesston is going to generate a steal. Schroeder coming up over the top takes it away for the Swathers. Schroeder now has it in transition. He floats to the basket. Hard hoop off the glass. Goes in. The first field goal of the night for Ty Schroeder. Back to a 6-point Hesston lead. Sawyers has it. Quick drop step in a double team. Gets fouled. Goes up and gets the basket to go in. An and one opportunity coming up here for Eli Sawyers. Boy, he was so far away from the basket that time and still found a way home. That was an amazing shot.
That was just the roll on the front of the rim, going around to the back of the backboard and falling in. Just a nice job by Eli Sawyers, going up strong enough to get the basket. And that foul is on Ty Schroeder, Max Werner, his second.
See if Sawyers here can complete the three-point play. He has a baker's dozen right now. Free throw good, make it 14. 35, 33. Got a buzzer. Drew Richardson coming in. Actually, 35-32, excuse me. Here's Hesston. Proctor gets in the paint. Boy, he's tough, isn't he?
Yeah, he sure is. There's nobody really stopping him, and Gebhardt didn't want to get his fourth personal foul this third quarter. Just kind of stood straight up, and nothing he could do on that.
Proctor's first basket of the third quarter as Caden Isaacson gets a beautiful pass from Kason Lilly inside, and Isaacson scores. First bucket there for Caden on the new year. Near steal there by Southeast on defense. Hesston now struggling with the basketball. There should have been about 3 travels in that. And they're going to say another timeout by Hesston. Well, that's the second time possession was in question. And Bryson Flax's patience running out with this officiating crew awarding free possessions. 2:29 left to go. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll take it as well. Hesston leads by 3 here on KINA.
Winter season may be here, but paintball fun is still waiting for you at Elite Sports. Elite Sports Paintball Complex, located 5 miles south of Salina, is open for special winter hours. Get the group together and visit Elite Sports on Saturdays and Sundays this winter from 11 until 4. Elite Sports features low-impact paintballs for the beginners or little ones, so everyone can have more fun. Visit them online at salinapaintballcomplex.com. Elite Sports Paintball Complex, open and waiting for you this weekend.
This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
37-34, 2:29 left to go here in the third quarter. Hesston leading by 3. They also have the basketball underneath their own basket. And a 30-second timeout there by Hesston earned them another possession, the second one of this quarter. Jake Proctor set to inbounds here. It's Gebhardt, Sawyers, Isaacson, Richardson, Lilly floor for Southeast of Saline. There's an open man, middle of the paint jumper for Hesston, no good. Eli Sawyers with the rebound.
Good defense by Caden Isaacson, getting a hand up. Almost had a blocked shot there. Opportunity.
Caden's aggressiveness, I think if he settles in and gets comfortable here on the court, he could really be an asset for Southeast. There's a skip pass through the defense. Kason Lilly has it now. Isaacson in the corner. Caden back and forth now. He wants to drive. Backs down Braden Schilling. Now out top. They go to Lilly over on the corner. He wants to drive. Kicks it out to Richardson. Now to Gebhardt in the far corner. Left-hand side of the Southeast of Saline offense. Back up to Eli Sawyers. 1:48 left to play in the third period. Southeast with a patient possession here. Skip pass across to Isaacson for 3. It won't go down. Gebhardt climbs the ladder for the rebound. It gets poked away. Hesston will control. Dalston with the rebound. He's coming down the floor on the right-hand side. Couple hesitation dribbles. Now they dump it back inside, and a shot blocked and a foul call. Isaacson was there. Looks like Max Werner in the paint. We'll get free throws.
The foul is going to be on Caden Isaacson, his second personal foul. Let's see what Max Werner does at the free throw line. His first shooting opportunity this game.
Hasn't scored. No free throw attempts as of yet. First one here is up and in. First points of the game for Max Werner. If you missed it earlier tonight, Southeast of Saline's girls with an upset, 41-33 over the 8th-ranked Hesston Lady Swathers. Second free throw here is good by Werner. 39-34. Southeast of Saline trailing by 5. 1:27 left to go. Gebhardt with it up top. Dribbling. Now skip pass over to Eli Sawyers. Sawyers had to climb the ladder to bring that one back into play. Now skip pass to Isaacson. Kason Lilly over in that area, too, on the right wing of Southeast offense. Gebhardt wants to drive, gets along to the baseline.
Good cut.
Good cut here by Sawyers, and he is hammered as he goes to the bucket. Free throws coming up once again for Eli Sawyers. You almost see opportunities in the offense for that to happen, don't you, where you don't really have a big guy in this offense other than Sawyers, but he plays so well as a guard. You can have him start out high. And just that short little entry down low to, somebody smaller and a cut like that could be dangerous.
Yeah, it could be. And just the way he moves without the ball is a lot of happening too. And it creates a lot of havoc up in the middle. If he can move without the ball and our guys are going to be able to find him, it'd be a nice little offense for Southeast.
Sawyers with a couple of free throw opportunities here with 62 seconds left to play. Here in the third quarter, this one rims out on him.
Braden Schilling on that foul, picked up his third personal foul for Hesston.
Sawyers so far from the line tonight, 3 of 6 shooting the basketball. Sawyer's second free throw, up and good. 6 points here in the quarter for Eli Sawyers, has 15 for the game. He'll go out and take a break with 1:02 left to play here in the third. And a 4-point contest. Southeast hanging around here in this third quarter. Remember, they trailed by just 3 at halftime. Hesston with it. Working the ball around up top, and Kason Lilly, a little too aggressive there on defense, picks up his third foul.
Team foul number 6, so the next one will be in the bonus, 1-on-1 opportunity.
Hesston inbounds it to the corner. Now a lob pass over the top. Caden Isaacson's going to race over there and get it and take it away. Now to Luke Gebhardt up the floor. Luke on the right-hand sideline. He'll slam on the brakes and wait on his team to catch up. 1-on-1 up top. Gebhardt now gets rid of it to Kason Lilly. Lilly looking to the left. Now brings it back to the middle of the floor to Richardson. Over to Gebhardt. Clock down to 29. Nakari Morikel-Palmer has it. Ball above the head. Looking inside. Isaacson in there trying to work through a double team. Now out to Kason Lilly. He thought about the 3. Now he'll give it up to Nakari. Clock down to 17. Nakari back inside to Luke Gebhardt. He has a Hesston player hanging all over him, forcing his pivot, and Luke had to get rid of it or fall out of bounds, and it's stolen away by the Swathers. Third turnover of the quarter there by Southeast of Saline. Proctor went all the way to the rim. That was partially blocked. Now a Swather in trouble, and at the rim, at the buzzer, they said that would not have counted anyway, and we are at the end of 3. 39-35, Hesston leading by 4 as we go to the fourth. 8 minutes on the clock. We'll be back to settle it after this on KINA.
The Appliance Center. It's where you go to shop for washers, dryers, kitchen appliances, furniture, pellet grills, TVs, and so much more. If you are looking for a local family-owned business, visit the Appliance Center. We're in the big red and white building on South Broadway in Salina. Come experience the Appliance Center difference.
At Home Automotive Center, we've always taken a great deal of pride in taking care of our customers. That's why we're so honored to be recognized once again by the Salina Journal's Best of the Best. From sales, service, oil changes, tires, and even collision or glass repair, making sure you have a great experience is our top priority. With 2 great dealerships in Abilene and Salina, it's our team that makes a difference, and we'll keep doing what we do best. That's taking care of our customers year after year. Come to Home Automotive Center. You'll be glad you did.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Basketball on KINA.
Fourth quarter, ready to go here. Eli Sawyers leading the way for Southeast with 15. Jake Proctor leading the way for Hesston with 16. Jathan, through 3 quarters here, these two teams not that far off from each other. That third quarter, I thought, was a lot more really competitive of what we may see.
Yeah, and you just feel like Saline is not even close into this game, but they're hanging in this game, it just feels like. But when you're at 13-13 is what I had in that quarter, makes it nice. And now with a 3-point basket for Southeast.
Nakari Morikel-Palmer's first basket of the game, and it's a 3-pointer out of the break, top of the circle. Back within 1 as Nakari picked a good time to score his first points. Boy, he's got to be more aggressive throughout the game, though, don't you think?
Yeah, you think he has to be.
He is one of 2 players on this team, and he needs to help out. 39-38. Here's a drive to the basket. Boy, a traveling call that should have been whistled there, but they let him play on, and now Hesston's going to throw it into the backcourt. And a turnover here for the Swathers. That is number 3 of the half and 10th for the game. Both of these teams have 10 turnovers. Southeast will get it back, trailing by 1.
Just shows how even this game is with 10 turnovers and just fouls on the team fouls is 6 and 5. So, I mean, just a really even game for both these teams.
There's Nakari now. Drives to the left-hand elbow, gets stuck with it, finds Caden Isaacson. Those two out there with Case and Lilly, Eli Sawyers, Drake Augustine. Isaacson goes right-hand side now to Augustine. Now back to Nakari. Nakari skip pass, Case and Lilly. Squared up, gave a glance at a 3. Now he's going to get rid of it back to Augustine. Lilly back in the corner on the left-hand side of the Southeast offense. Sawyers, lob pass over the top to Isaacson. Caden inside, outside. Nakari, another 3. That's an air ball to the left-hand side, and it goes out of bounds.
You know, that inside pass to Caden Isaacson, that's what you have to do, even Eli Sawyers. You can't let that ball just sit in your hands. When you want to do that inside pass, you got to get it out quick, just like Eli Sawyers did, and that's how Caden had the opportunity to go up strong, but just didn't take it.
39-38, 1-point game. Hesston has the lead and the basketball. Braden Schilling trying to drive through traffic. Now he's going to get it out to Proctor for 3. That hits the front of the rim and dies. Nakari climbs the ladder, gets the rebound. Here comes Southeast back the other way. Nakari right now really kind of running the point spot, bringing the ball up the floor. He'll go to Eli Sawyers along the baseline. He has to fight through a defender. Shot up, one bounce off the rim, and it falls off no good, but a steal by Case and Lilly. Over to Caden Isaacson, and good. Boy, give those two a lot of credit there as Case and Lilly got the turnover away from Hesston and got it to his buddy Caden Isaacson. And Southeast of Saline leads by 1.
Great awareness, not passing up to the free throw line, but down to the basket for a cutting Caden Isaacson. Nice job by Lilly.
Love to see that hustle. Now Isaacson on the defensive end will draw a foul.
That'll be his 3rd personal foul. Team foul number 7. And they'll put Hesston at the line for 1-1. Daniel Kerr and Luke Gebhardt check back in for Southeast.
Kerr and Gebhardt, a couple of aggressive players. We talked about Gebhardt, though. He's in a little bit of foul trouble with 3 fouls, but also so is Case and Lilly and Caden Isaacson. They all have 3. To the free throw line, Proctor, front end of a 1-and-1, rims out. Nakari with the rebound. Nakari, Morical Palmer with the rebound up high, and he'll bring the ball up the floor once again. Southeast of Saline with the rock. They lead by 1. 5:25 left to go here in Hesston. There's Augustine with it. Little handoff after the screen to Nakari, Morical Palmer. Now they pitch it backside to Luke Gebhardt. Bryson Flax over there, head coaching, directing traffic. Mid-lane entry to Nakari. He curls around his defender, elevates, puts a shot up. That's no good. Gebhardt in there trying to get the rebound, but he can't get it away from Jake Proctor. Up the floor now to Schrader. Schrader had his forearm flying out there. A little bit of flop by Eli Sawyers that ends up in numbers for Hesston. Southeast of Saline now trailing by 1. Trojans with the basketball. Gebhardt tries to drive baseline and loses it out of bounds off a Hesston player.
Just like we said early on, Eli Sawyers has to get a touch of the ball every single possession just to run through him, make those defenders go out towards him.
Nathan Adams back into the game here for Hesston. It's Nakari, Daniel Kerr, Luke Gebhardt, Eli Sawyers, Drake Augustine on the floor for Southeast. 41-40, the number 1 team in the state. Hesston trying to hold off Southeast here in the 4th quarter. Here's Augustine driving to the basket, absorbs a lot of contact, puts a shot up, and Hesston gets the rebound. Back the other way, Proctor with it. He hands it off to Schrader at the last minute, and a foul call. Ty Schrader will go back to the free throw line.
Foul will be on Daniel Kerr, his 1st personal foul. Make him earn him at the free throw line.
Schrader on the night, 4 of 6 at the charity stripe. 4:20 left to play.
Just one you don't want to foul, though.
Schrader's free throw up and no good. He remains at 6 points. 8 team fouls for Southeast of Saline, 5 team fouls for Hesston. Schroeder with the free throw. 2nd attempt is good. 7 points now for him. 42-40. Hesston leading by a bucket. 4:16 left to play, 4th quarter. Southeast with the basketball back. Here's Nakari along the baseline. Got the basketball on the entry there from Daniel Kerr, was bumped from behind, and that'll be Heston's 16th foul.
When that ball is moving quickly and finding those cutting Trojans, it just makes our offense go so much better.
Southeast now will inbound from underneath their own basket. There's the fake handoff to Gebhardt. Sawyers keeps it. A little up and under in the keyhole at the free throw line. Defender not budging. Now they'll play it out to Drake Augustine. Augustine fires it back near side here to Luke Gebhardt. Gebhardt has a ball tipped away, and it's going to be stolen. Proctor has it. And Proctor lost the basketball and slid out of bounds. It's Southeast of Saline ball. Wow. Got sped up a little too fast there with Augustine and Gebhardt chasing, and committed Heston's 5th turnover of the half.
You can tell that was off Proctor just the way with his reaction. He was frustrated. Now we're going to get a referees want to talk to the student section about something for Heston.
They're going to send AD Clint Stoppel up there. Wouldn't want to mess with Clint. He looks like when he's about business, it's all about business. Southeast of Saline has the basketball back. Drake Augustine with it. Now we're to the right, Eli Sawyers. Now to Nakari Morikel Palmer. 42-40, Heston with a 2-point lead. Gebhardt in the corner. He wants to drive, gets bumped out of bounds. He turns and throws it away. And Bryson Flax wondering where the contact is, and actually they're going to say it's Southeast ball.
Must have went off Jake Proctor that that referee on the baseline saw.
Nakari with it. He'll inbound. Middle of the floor, Daniel Kerr. Nakari Morikel Palmer inside, tried to get it to Eli Sawyers, and Sawyers could not handle it, and it goes out of bounds. That ball that time came from Daniel Kerr up top between the rings. Actually came from Nakari. And a good play, just poor execution there on the back end on the pass. 3:09 left to go. Heston leading by 2. There's a drive and a little teardrop shot off the backboard that won't go. Heston crashing the boards, and they're going to get it in. Nick Arnold, his 5th and 6th points of the night. Back to a 4-point Heston lead.
Hard to rebound when all the white jerseys, 4 white jerseys were in there for the opportunity.
Drake Augustine with it now. On the right-hand side. Little ball fake. Now he's going to play it to Nakari. Nakari, a little hesitation, gets to the baseline, plays it out to Augustine. They whip it around now. Daniel Kerr ends up with it in the corner. Back into Nakari. He loses it. Another turnover here for Southeast of Saline. It's their 4th. Heston now getting a little careless, nearly lost in the backcourt. Here's a jump shot put up by 15. That's no good. Morikel Palmer with the rebound. He was slapped from behind. And now a timeout called by Southeast of Saline. It's a full timeout. We'll take it as well as we step aside. 2:13 left to play here in this game. Heston leads it 44-40, and it's brought to you by L&L Advisors.
Stardust Trophy in downtown Salina is your full-service headquarters for trophies and awards for club and sporting events. But did you know Stardust Trophies also makes employee name tags with your company logo? They engrave executive awards like desk clocks and pen desk sets. They imprint artwork and photos on t-shirts, coffee mugs, mouse pads, even personal calculators. Stardust Trophy carries clear sports ball holders on wood bases for treasured or autographed balls from footballs to golf balls. Go to Full Service Stardust Trophy, 121 South Santa Fe, downtown Salina.
Generations of confidence, relationships for life. Since established in business in 1887, the Bank of Tuscany has built its reputation on personal service and community promotion. Family owned and locally operated in the communities of Tuscany, Lincoln, Saline, and Lynchburg. The Bank of Tuscany strives to provide customers with a competitive array of loan and deposit products that aid in their financial success. Visit us today and see why so many people have helped the Bank of Tuscany become one of the strongest banks in Kansas. Bank of Tuscany, member FDIC.
We're growing your way. We're the Bank of Tuscany.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Another score update for you. This one, kind of a blowout, really. Salina South tonight beats Salina Central in the guys' side, 57-35.
And they stormed the court.
Did they?
Yeah.
Nice.
I guess.
44-40. So Central splits with South tonight. The Central girls win. The South boys win. 2:04 left to play in this one. South sticking around against the number 1 team in the state of Kansas, the Hesston Swathers. They're the defending champs. Here's Sawyers. Backpedaling, a free throw shot is up and good. 17 points for Eli Sawyers, and it's a 2-point game. Bryson Flax clapping his hands together, getting his guys to buckle down here on defense. They need to stop, trailing by 2. Sawyers out on Braden Schilling. They swing it around now through Nick Arnold. Back to Schilling in the corner. Max Werner has it now on the left-hand side, guarded by Gebhardt. They'll hand it off to Proctor. He's been the big guy tonight, but he has not scored in this fourth quarter. Matter of fact, Hesston altogether has only scored 5. And here's a crashing layup up and in, and they call a blocking foul from the outside. The official that was on the play on the baseline had nothing to call. The official standing out by the scorer's table calls the end-one opportunity.
Oh, gosh. Just saw the replay. Just standing straight up. Fouls on Eli Sawyer's second personal foul. Arnold at the end-one opportunity.
That really could have decided this game. Makes it a 4-point Hesston lead. Free throw coming up is also good. And now a timeout called by Hesston. A full timeout. We'll step aside once again. 81 seconds left to go. Hesston now leading by 5 on KINA.
Salina Regional's Orthopedic and Sports Medicine is your home field advantage. Our physicians include sports medicine physician Dr. Matthew Pyle, along with orthopedic surgeons Drs. Travis Trump, Todd Riley, and Timothy Hawks, plus an A-team of certified athletic trainers and physical therapists. We're ready when you need us to help prevent injuries, enhance performance, or to heal through surgery and rehabilitation. For area athletes to weekend warriors, the home field advantage starts at Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
A Salina tradition returns Sunday, December 5th as Kansas Wesleyan's Department of Music presents Christmas by Candlelight. KWU musicians and vocalists will be joined by groups from several area high schools to help celebrate the season. Concerts will be held at 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. and admission is free. Seating opens 1 hour prior to each show and is first come, first served. For more information, visit kwu.edu/cbcl21. That's kwu.edu/cbcl21.
Work hard, play hard. Good luck, Trojans from Roselawn Memorial Park in Salina. To learn more, visit roselawnsalina.com.
1:21 left to go. 47-42. Hesston leading by 5. Southeast of Saline has the basketball. Now they have a little token pressure here. A little full court man-to-man from the Hesston Swathers playing defense. Drake Augustine brings it across the timeline. He'll play it to Nakari Morikel-Palmer. Nakari squares up on his defender, trying to back him down. He's halfway down the lane. Now he turns, shoots, and scores. Nakari with 5 points all here in this fourth quarter. Back to a 3-point game with a minute left. Max Werner with the basketball. He's picked up by Gebhardt. Drake Augustine trying to shadow there. Now he has to come off and go over and defend Jake Proctor. Proctor wants to drive, gets into the paint, stripped by Augustine. Here we go the other way. Turnover number 6 of the half on Hesston. Augustine to the cup, can't get it to go. Hesston swats the ball out of bounds, and it will stay with Southeast of Saline. 47-44, Southeast trails by 3. They have the basketball here on an inbounds underneath their own goal. And Bryson Flax wants a timeout. 30-second timeout, we'll keep it right here. Again, some scores tonight on the Bennington State Bank scoreboard. KU beats St. John's tonight in guys play from the East Coast. The Jayhawks win 95-75. Thayer Central beat Republic County in girls play last night, 48-13. Republic County's boys beat Thayer Central 42-37. Salina Central's girls tonight, they win over Salina South 53-24. Salina South beat Salina Central in guys play. Smoky Valley in girls play, they beat Abilene 55-34. Southeast of Saline beat Hesston 41-33. Smoky Valley and Southeast of Saline will hook up on Tuesday as the Trojans will visit the Vikings in Lindsborg. For all the scores and game wraps from across the state of Kansas, keep it tuned right here to KINA tonight from 10 until 11 o'clock for the Kansas High School Basketball Scoreboard Show, brought to you by Home Automotive Centers with locations in Abilene and Salina and Salina Surgical Hospital. 3-point game here, Jathan, 43 seconds left to go. You don't need a 3 here. but you wonder what's up the sleeve of Bryson Flax.
Yeah, you wonder. You think Hesston's just going to control the ball once they get it back, an opportunity, but just can't have a turnover just like that.
Daniel Kerr got in the lane, got stuck, tried to pass it out and turned it over. Turnover number 5 here in the half for Southeast. Now Southeast is going to be forced to foul. They're going to put Jake Proctor on the free throw line after Eli Sawyers fouls him.
That'll be Eli's 3rd personal foul. 10th team foul, so Proctor at the line to shoot 2.
You have to be somewhat happy if you're Southeast of Saline and Bryson Flax, regardless of how this turns out, because you just took a team that's really young and they have some experience, but they are young. We talked about some guys tonight seeing the varsity floor for the very first time ever, and they're right in here battling it out until the end with the number 1 team in the state.
Yeah, you got to give him good props there for Southeast Saline and Coach Flax, what he's done in the 2 weeks that he's had him. Just a little bit more out in Akari throughout the entire game, besides just at the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
Might help out throughout the for them as well.
2 free throws were good. Now a 5-point game. Southeast needs a quick score here as they trail 49-44. Sawyers fade away from the elbow. That's an air ball. Forced that one up, but he had to. And now a foul as coming out of the crowd was Braden Schilling. And Hesston now starting to feel it with 14 seconds left. They're going to start out most likely 1-0.
Daniel Kerr on the foul has picked up his 2nd personal foul. Schilling at the line.
Braden Schilling from the line tonight, 1 of 2. He's had a couple of 3-pointers, 9 points total. First free throw of the double bonus opportunity is up and no good. Score remains 49-44. Now it doesn't matter if he makes this one or he remains a 2-possession game. Schilling's free throw is up and good. 6-point lead now by Hesston. Time is running out, though. Nakari speeding across the timeline. He'll pull up for 3 off the back of the rim, and he'll take a bounce over the scoreboard, over the goal into the support and be turned over to Hesston. 7 seconds left, and that ought to do it. Hesston now going for the baseball pass down the floor. Here's Nick Arnold going up for the layup. He gets it, and a foul call.
Daniel Kerr picked up the foul, his 3rd personal foul.
Basket by Nick Arnold is good. He'll shoot 1 shot.
Kind of wish they just dribble that out, you know?
Yeah. Arnold with the free throw, up and good. Augustine for 3 at the buzzer, and that's no good. And Hesston's going to hold on here and defend their home floor. 53-44, our final score as the Hesston Swathers move to 1-0 on the season. Southeast of Saline starts their season with a loss. 53-44, Swathers winning. Commercial Tire Center postgame starts. We'll have scores from across the area. We'll also have final numbers from this and an interview with head coach Bryson Flax postgame. It's all coming up. Brought to you by Commercial Tire Centers here on KINA.
Fall is the absolute best time for the experts at Commercial Tire Centers to look over your